Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for tuning back in. We're gonna play some more Murder by Numbers. Last time we completed Case 1, Show's Over. We're about to head into Case 2, Fallen Star. I have switched to controller, because I think it's gonna control a little bit better than keyboard and mouse. So, let's see what awaits us. Yes, that's fine. My autosave was just at the end of last time. It hadn't been a great start to the summer. Job I loved, my whole career was gone. I was lost. That was the least of my worries. I hadn't seen a real body since Dad's funeral, but suddenly I was haunted by death. First Blake, and the man who killed him. Somehow, in a way I couldn't begin to understand, I was at the center of it all. The only good thing to come out of that day was meeting Scout. But he had problems of his own. Would he even understand what I was going through? Still, it was good to have someone to talk to. It was a nice feeling. Comfortable. Wondered how long it would last. Oh boy. See? What did I tell you? Your friends are late. I have one old woman voice. I said we should have taken a cab. You really want to miss your own awards show? They'll be here, Mom. Probably stuck in traffic. Dick Stanford is hosting this year. I bet he's not stuck in traffic. He's a professional. I asked Casey to drive me to the awards. Can't bail on him just because you invited yourself along at the last second. Well, it's not like you were gonna bring a date, is it? Speaking of which, I saw Ryan the other day. Ryan and I are through, Mom. Divorced, it's over. With that attitude, I'm hardly surprised. But there's no substitute for a good man. I should know. That reminds me. I found something yesterday when I was clearing out a drawer. Think of it as an early birthday gift. My birthday was 3 months ago, Mom. Why do you always gotta make such a big deal out of everything? Just take it. Let's find out what it is. Scout, I need your help. Alright. Yeah, because I was having trouble with just drawing straight lines. It was, okay, good. B is X. It was being a bit temperamental with me the other day, so I think this is probably better. Alright. Let's see. This is 5. This 1-8 is solved. This can be solved. Let's see. This is a 4. Doesn't help me much. Oh, the 7 is solved. There we go. This is solved. Five, 5. Good there. This is all 1s. This is all 1s. Force is the 2. That has to be the 4. Force is the 4 here. There we go. This is a locket? That is a locket. Hell yeah. Puzzle complete. Jewelry, Mom, open it up. There's a photograph inside. Oh, wow. Why is that police officer standing in front of a giant brown hat? It must be at least 25 feet in diameter. How big must the person who wears that hat be? I'll need to add it to my database. No, Scout, that's the Brown Derby on Wilshire. I loved that restaurant as a kid. And he isn't just any police officer. That's a photo of her father. Not that it's any of your business. Really, Anna, I don't know where you found this thing. It's not even human. Correct. I'm not human. I am Scout. You better point that camera of yours someplace else before I... Don't start, Mom. I'm just happy you found this photo. I don't have a lot of pictures of Dad. It's good to see him again. Thanks for this. I appreciate it. There's Casey. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was... It's about time you showed up. I always thought you were unreliable, but this takes the cake. Ms. Rahi, delightful to see you as always. Anna, you didn't tell me your mother was coming. You could have warned me. I brought my wooden stake. Sorry, I didn't know until today. Trust me, she wasn't exactly my first choice for a +1 either. 1 second, I think that's my phone. Anna, you know how my ankles get if I have to stand for too long. Uh-huh. Okay. We'll see you there. Bye. Becky said she doesn't need a ride anymore. She'll meet us there. Well, are we going? Or are you two gonna stand out here yapping until sundown? I'm gonna go sit in the car before I catch a cold. But it's the middle of June. Have you considered putting yourself up for adoption? I guess we should get going. Right you are. Wouldn't want a heart to thaw out in that hot car, would we? Orpheus Theater. Hey, Casey. So, ready for the Starshine Awards? I've been better. Still kind of processing, you know? I didn't want to bug you, but the last time you were this quiet was because of that douchebag, so I was a little worried. Well, you shouldn't. No matter how bad things get, I'm never going back there. I promise. Have you spoken to your agent about any new roles? I could always put some feelers out amongst the stylist network. We hear everything. Truth be told, I haven't even told her. I don't want to rush into anything, and my savings will last another couple months. I'll be fine. Of course you will. I mean, you've got me, haven't you? And I guess you've got Scout now, too. Although, just to clarify, it's still crazy that you have a literal flying robot. But that's fine. I'm not jealous. Why's Dick Stanford hosting? I think it's a bit weird that Dick Stanford is hosting the awards. Retired chat show host is hardly gonna bring in viewers, is he? You know Marcine, the stylist I knew at the Late Late Show? She said it's because he runs the Starshine Committee. Uses his clout to demand they make him presenter. Sounds about right for this town. If he's been running the awards this long, he must be doing a good job, but I'll say I particularly want to watch him. Me neither, but Mom won't shut up about the guy. He's the only reason she's coming. I swear, when he quit TV, she was sadder than when Grandma died. Speaking of which, I think we'd better go soon. If your mom stares at me from that car for much longer, she'll bore a hole in my head. It's been fun having Scout at my place, but I'm exhausted. Little guy's been soaking up information like a sponge ever since we watched Casablanca. We've watched 26 movies over the past 9 days. I wanted to see more, but Honor has run out of tapes. I'd warn you about getting square eyes from that much TV, but it's not just TV. He's read almost every book I own. He loved Dad's old mystery novels. If I can learn the techniques of all the great detectives, I might be able to find out where I come from. Can't believe anyone would build something as incredible as Scout and then just throw him away in a junkyard. Whoever they are, they don't deserve him anymore. Forget about them. I already did. That's the problem. Alright, let's go to the Starshine Awards. Okay, good. That is the button. It's minus and plus because it's got Switch all over it. Alright, let's go to Orpheus Theater. Well, I never. They've actually gone all out on the decoration this year. There's the champagne waiter. Hey, hello, over here. Lana, what's up? Everyone's staring at us. At me. What do you expect? This is what you signed up for when you became an actress. I'm gonna find our table. Do people know about what happened to the studio? About Blake? You know Hollywood, Anna. News travels fast. Get over it. What's the matter with you people? You there, in the cheap jacket. Maybe you should spend less time whooping at us and more time in front of a mirror. That wig isn't fooling anyone. Oh boy. Nicely done. I wish I could make that big an entrance. He's a smarmy asshole, I'm assuming. Ryan? What the hell are you doing here? Ah, KC. Loud and clueless, as always. I'm here because I was invited. Were you, or did Honor just bring you along out of pity? Oh, of course. I forgot they'd added an award for sleaziest ex-husband of the year. I'm rooting for you, Ryan. It's about time people recognized how good you were in that role. Thanks, Casey, but I can handle it. Should go check on Mom, make sure she's okay. Fine. Even she's a step up from this bottom feeder. I heard about your showrunner. Hard to believe that kind of thing can really happen, isn't it? Not when you've seen the body firsthand. You must have been overwhelmed. Sorry I wasn't there to help. Thanks, but I don't need your help. I did just fine on my own. Really? It's not what I heard. Is it true the murderer died before the cops could get to him? Took a dive off the 10th floor. 2 dead in 1 day. Both times you were just a little too late. Gotta say, that doesn't sound just fine to me. But I guess you're just still too proud to admit you need my help. Did the best I could, under the circumstances. I'm sure you did. Just something to think about, I guess. Anyway, I gotta go. Got some business to see to. Enjoy the ceremony. I hate that guy. I hate him. That was my ex-husband. He's an ass. That's not the definition I have on file for ass. What time does the award show start? I can't wait to see what it's like. I'm not sure. I think I've got the details here somewhere. Let's do it. Alright, so this is a 12. So it actually should be 3 on either side. Right? Yes, because it's 15. Alright. And 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. Let's see. 1, 5 will work. These are both 1s. 9, 4 should be solved. No, not quite. 9, 5 would be solved. 6, 4, 1. This row solved. 1, 1, 1. 5, 1, 1. And then this is a 4, which solves the 9, 4 row. Oh. So that's blocked. And then, there we go. And 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. Solve that. That's a 1. That's a 1. Bottom row solved. 2. That makes that a 3. Solves that row. No. That's a 2. 1. 1, 2. Solves that. 2 there, and a 2 here. That's a full row. Let's see. 1, 2, 4. This is the 7, I think. 2 and then 1. This is solved. Solved, solved, solved. There we go. It's a handbill. Flyer, yeah. There you go, get our rank climbing. Welcome to the 21st Annual Starshine Awards, hosted by Dick Stanford. I know that name. Your mother has mentioned him 43 times so far today. Yeah, she's kind of obsessed. He used to host a late-night talk show, Backtalk. It says here he's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award to be presented by his former co-host, Kathleen Cartwright. And it's about time, too. He's a legend. Mom, what are you doing? Did you find our table? Of course I did, but I'm not allowed to sit there alone with that Casey. I don't like the way that boy looks at me. No wonder you can't find a girlfriend. I don't have time to go into that right now. We don't have time to unpack all of that. I can't see Dick anywhere. Do you think he had to cancel? Jesus, Mom, give it a rest, will you? He's probably backstage. All these people. Why don't they sit down so I can see? Hey, you with the serving tray, get out of the way! Becky, never thought I'd say this, but thank God you're here. Me? Miss the Starshine Awards? Never. I just had some stuff to deal with at home. But you understand, Honor. You're always talking about how crazy your mom is. She said what? Becky, this is my mom. Oh, hi! I've heard so much about you. Jeez, just kidding, Mom. Hey, I think that was him. Mr. Stanford! Dick! Dick, over here! She moves fast for an old lady. Honor, I swear to God, if your mom gets us kicked out of the Starshine Awards, I better go find her before she does anything crazy. Time to go backstage. Mom? Mom? Are you back here? I can't believe I'm actually trying to find my mom. Give me a moment to scan the area. I may be able to see where she went. Adder? Okay. A little bit here with this. 33 lets me place those. Solves a row. Unfortunately, doesn't let me roll anything out. 4-4. Place those. Which means these are ruled out. That's a 3, another 1. That is gotta be a 2, I think. Yeah. I can place the other 2. Yeah, now we're starting to get into actually complicated. So that's gonna be 2-2 like that. This is all 1s. That's gonna be 2 there, but it could be 2 here, we don't know. We can place the 2 there. Yep, okay. This is solved. Solve 4s. Solves that 3. That's a 2. The other 2 goes there. Is that the 4? Cool. Solve those. There we go. Bow tie. Interesting. There's a bow tie on the floor over here. I hate to interrupt, but Mom wasn't wearing a bow tie. Perhaps not, but my scans indicate this was moved very recently. In fact, based on the crumpled angle of the fabric, your mother could be... coming this way! Someone's coming this way! What? Who? Ah, good. You're here about the flowers. Yeah, yes, I have strict care instructions. First, remember to water them 6 times a day, 7 on weekends. What on earth are you babbling about, girl? Dick, glad to have finally caught up with you. I just wanted to say what a big fan Sorry, I don't do autographs. Now, about those flowers. I specifically asked for Asiatic lilies, but you gave me Australomeria. An easy mistake. The Australomeria is this a new coffee machine? I'll take a triple grande non-fat latte with no foam. So, what do you have to say for yourself? Come on, I haven't got all day. What's that you've got in your hand? It's a bow tie, but... that thing again? I told you people before, Dick Stanford does not wear a clip-on. They're cheap and tacky. The damn things don't even get tight enough. Now I'll have to go on stage in my turtleneck. I'm going to look like some kind of amateur. I don't work here, I'm just... No excuses! It was all in my contract. You'll be hearing from my lawyers about this. Wait, Dick, I wanted to... So that's Dick Stanford, huh? What a guy. He's obviously just stressed. When's this show supposed to be starting, anyway? Mom, are you okay? What? Of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be? It was pretty rude. I know you're a big fan of Dick's, but you gotta admit he was pretty rude. It was just stress. I'm sure he's not normally like that. He loves his fans. I'm not surprised he's a little on edge after he was all but forced into retirement. Imagine if your show was taken away from you. Well, I wasn't sure how to tell you this, but if you ask me, Mr. Stanford has every reason to be upset. I made him retire just to replace him with that idiot Bobby Price. All because he isn't young. What's that word, rad? Back in my day, radical meant some kind of hippie. Thought you didn't like award shows. Surprised you wanted to come tonight. Thought you didn't like award shows. I don't. Why would I want to see a bunch of overpaid nobodies getting awards for just standing around on camera? Thanks, Mom. Don't give me that look. You know how I feel about modern television. Old style, no substance. But Dick Stanford, he works in TV and you're his biggest fan. That's completely different. He's got style, he's got flair, he's got... You'd stick up his class. That's what sets Dick Stanford apart from the rest. He's a dying breed, Anna. When you said he was gonna be here, I knew I had to come and support him. Him? What about me? My show's up for an award too, you know. Why do you always have to make everything about you? God. What a well-written mom character. Did you know Ryan's here? He's the last person I want to talk to right now. You're bound to bump into him occasionally. He's got good connections. I always said he had a head for business. You don't find a man like him every day. Thank God for that. Just try and be civil. It's not his fault you decided to leave him. Wow. Get back to the main hall. Where have you been? They're about to start. I wouldn't want to miss anything when I get called up to collect Best Actress. When? Did you even watch this season? I'm mixing my accents now. Did you even watch this season? I killed it. There's no way I'm not taking home this. There's no way I'm not taking home that trophy. Will you keep quiet? Dick's about to come on. Yeah, Becky, keep quiet. Or shh. Yes, ma'am. Here we go. It's the awards ceremony. Welcome, everybody, to the 21st Annual Starshine Awards. I'm Dick Stanford. And I'm Kathleen Cartwright. I've got to tell you, Dick, it's so good to be back on stage with you tonight. Thank you, Kathleen. Well, isn't this a wonderful reunion? I always said we make a great team. Now, before we begin with the awards, I want to say how grateful I am to all of you out there who have supported me since my retirement. My fans mean everything to me. I may not have my show anymore, but I have your support. Let me tell the world tonight, Dick Stanford is not dead yet. Wow, were there ever clearer death flags? Thank you. Now, onto the awards, and we begin with Best Actress. These lovely young ladies have graced our screens this year with their beauty and poise. And some of them managed to remember their lines, too. Yes. The Starshine Committee has nominated some very talented actresses this year. Very true. The competition was fierce, but there could only be one winner, and there was one name in particular we just couldn't ignore. Now, my lovely assistant Kathleen here will do the honors and open up the golden envelope. The winner is Sarah O'Hara for Oklahoma Dreaming. Sorry, Becky. What? Big round of applause for Sarah, everyone. What a champ. I'm so happy for her. Well deserved. Really, she earned it. Becky, people are staring at... Let them stare. This is a travesty. What's gotten into you, girl? Keep your voice down. I'm sick of keeping my voice down. Oh, shit. These awards are a joke. I've worked my ass off for 4 years, and what do I have to show for it? Thought this would finally be my year, but no. Sarah O'Freakin-Hara? Are you kidding me? Well, guess what? You're all dead to me. I guess it's someone's time of the month, am I right? We all love your sexist jokes, Dick. Bloody hell. Becky just made Sally Field a reserved. You hate me. You really hate me. Tough crowd. I'd better go after her. So, Mrs. Mizrahi, you, enjoying your evening so far? It's no good. She's locked herself in the restroom. I think she dropped something on her way out. Let me take a look. Let me do a nonogram. Alright, 242 is probably our best. 2 space... Yeah, 242 solved. Which means that can't be there. These ones that have to be ones. This has to be a 1, because you can't fit both a 1 and a 2 on either side of it. Or rather, you can't fit 1, 1, 2 on either side. that's a 1. There we go. Okay. And then there's a 2 there. These could be either... This gives us some insight on the 4, at least. So this has to be part of the 4. It's 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives us another 1. That solves the 5. Solves that 5. Solves the 4. There we go. Nope. Now we're making some progress. This is solved. This now has to be 1. That's a 2, which solves the 4. Oh. There we go. Still having a little bit of controller trouble. Just with precision. Which is a little frustrating, but, like, it's fine. And 1, 2, 2 is solved. This is 3, so it has to go in all those spaces anyway. There we go. What'd you drop? Acceptance speech? Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I can't tell you how good it feels to finally receive the award for Best Actress. Mom, Dad, if you are watching, I told you I could do it. This must have been Becky's acceptance speech. Her parents didn't even turn up. She must be heartbroken. Crazy night, huh? I'm Bobby Price. Sounds familiar. Have we met? Not until now. Hey, aren't you that girl from the news? The one that solved a murder? This must be your little robot dude. That's dope. No, I am Scout. Bobby Price? What are you doing here? Oh, that's how I know your name. You ought to be ashamed to be in the same building as Dick Stanford. You stole his show. What are you talking about? I didn't steal anything. Do people leave me alone? You think you're so cool with your clothes and your hair. Dick's show went to hell when you took over. You threw out everything the fans loved. Only thing you idiots kept was the title. And if you ask me, you should have changed that too. Back talk? More like crap talk. Mom! I should get out of here. I think the show's about to start again. But, Honor, we should talk sometime. I'd love to have you on for an interview. Thanks. I'll think about it. You'll do no such thing. He only wants to boost his ratings before he gets cancelled. Dick's got you all brainwashed. I swear next time I see him. See, what did I tell you? Network TV's full of idiots. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to present this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. There aren't many as well loved in television as tonight's winner, and while he may have retired, I'm sure we'll be talking about him for years to come. I'm pleased to be able to give this award, and these lovely flowers, to my old co-star, Dick Stanford. Ah, these flowers smell incredible. You know how much I love clematis. Thank you, everyone. I spent over 20 years on television, so I learned a little something about what makes a successful show. And Sorry, it's warm up here. I never thought my show would... Sorry about this, folks. Dick, are you okay? Have you been drinking? What? No, I don't... It's so hot in here. All these people staring. They're waiting to hear from you, Dick. Why don't you tell them about our show? Our show? You mean my show? No, not mine anymore. Now it's his. What are you talking about? Perhaps you'd better go and lie down. But Bobby Bryce! That sniveling little... They gave him my show! 20 years and I'm tossed out like... What? What are you all staring at? You all think I'm crazy, don't you? Well, let me tell you something. I don't feel so good. I don't know what to say. I'm very sorry that you all had to see that. I'm sure he'll be better once he's slept it off. That dude's dead. Boy, Dick, you look terrible. Anything was wrong with him? You mean besides being a terrible human being? The poor man's obviously having some kind of nervous breakdown. I'm gonna go and check on him if no one else will. You've got to admire her dedication. I don't get it. We met Dick backstage and he was a complete jackass. At least he was living up to his name. But Mom refuses to accept it. She's acting like nothing even happened. You believe something for long enough, sometimes you don't want to see the truth. Especially if it hurts. Maybe you're right. Looks like the show's finishing up, so we can forget about taking home any awards tonight. Why bother inviting all of us here if we weren't going to win anything? As if you had anything better to do on a Tuesday night. Touché. Although there's drag bingo at a club not far from here. We could go tonight. God, I want to go to drag bingo so bad. With your mother? Good point. Let's just head home. That about wraps everything up on yet another wonderful evening. Many thanks to all our award winners. On behalf of the Starshine Committee, I'd like to thank everyone— Stop everything! Dick Stanford is dead! There we go. There it is. Episode 2, Fallen Star. What? Dick's dead? Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. I know a dead body when I see one. I'll call the police. Mom. I went backstage. His door was open and he was... Sharon, did you see who it was? Where did they go? Leave her alone, Ryan. She's in shock. What are you, a paramedic? Just trying to help. You want to help? Go get her a glass of water. Come on, Mom. You should sit down. He was just lying there, staring up at the ceiling. You don't want my help? Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a tragedy here tonight. But we're lucky enough to have a famous detective in the house. Honor Mizrahi, everyone. What the hell, Ryan? No need to be modest, Honor. We've all read about how you solved the murder of Blake Patterson. Anna? What's he talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. Seems we haven't all read about it. Didn't you know your daughter is a hotshot detective now, Mrs. Mizrahi? Ryan, stop. Please. It's not true, Mom. I'm sure Honor will be only too happy to kick off tonight's investigation. How about we give her a big hand, ladies and gentlemen? Why are you doing this? You better get to the crime scene, Honor. You don't want to be too late yet again. Fuck off, I hate this guy. Alright. Let's go to the dressing room. There he is! Okay, looks like asphyxiation marks. It's really... drool, so maybe poison. Don't think you can just walk away from me, Anna Mizrahi. What's going on? Is it true what Ryan said? Someone died and you've been acting like some kind of detective? It's just one time, Mom. Blake was dead, and I don't want to hear it. What were you thinking? It was bad enough you gave up your degree to become some low-rent TV actress, but now this? If your father was here, Mom, Dick Stanford is dead. Are you going to help or not? Maybe I should go and put Dick's flowers in some water. It's starting to wilt already. Mom, wait, kinda early to be collecting flowers for the funeral, isn't it? Don't you have someplace else to be? Hey, I'm just here to watch the great detective at work. I'm not a detective. I just... Stay out of my way, okay? Alright. Let's gather some evidence. The corpse seems like a good place to start. Alright. I think 2122 is solved? Yeah. Cool, and then we got an 8. That's gotta be a 1. It's got a 5. This is gotta be the ending 3. That's gotta be the ending 3. 4. 3 rolls that out. Bottom row solved. These have to be 1. So that's the 4. That has to be the ending 1. 5 can get one more up. 4. So 2. I can solve the 4-1. Solves that. There's one more there. Solve the 3-1. Can't solve the 1-5 just yet. We put a 1-2 here. This has to be a 2. Solves these. So this is 1-2. 2 there. Those. Wait. Shit. Where did I fuck up? That's where I fucked up. There we go. And print. Honor, look at this. There are handprints on Dick's neck. He was strangled. Strangulation. Death by external obstruction of the windpipe, stopping the flow of air to the lungs. Air is important because it contains oxygen, which the brain requires to function. Perhaps it's analogous to my primary bus being obstructed? Maybe? Can't believe we're really doing this. You can't? But you know I'm good at finding things. Not just that, everything. We're doing detective work again. How did that happen? We were done when we solved Blake's murder. It's just a one-off thing, wasn't it? We may not have been looking for a mystery to solve, but a mystery has found us. And besides, we still have the matter of my memory loss to solve. Unless you think we should stop. No, we've already started. Might as well do as much as we can before the police get here. And after that? I don't know yet. So, I guess that means we're partners again. Just like in the movies. Here's looking at you, Scout. Alright. What do we got back here? 9 would come up to here. 4, 5, 4, 4, 7, 4. This is an 8. Go there, which makes this the 1, 3. Solves the 9. Okay, 1, 4, 3 is solved. This is a 4. Solves the 8. Solves the whole row. Ugh. Ow, my head hurts. That's gotta be the 1, which makes this the 6. The 3. Yeah, I actually need to take a break because my head hurts. I'm gonna take some pain meds. I'll be right back. Hello, welcome back everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry about that. I've been having really bad muscle spasms in my jaw, so I actually couldn't take any pain meds because it hasn't been long enough, so I have an ice pack, which is helping. That said, let's get back to this puzzle. This is solved. Solves that for us. This is solved. In fact, clear up a lot of this here. This row's solved. Solve that. And then 4. There we go. Broom? No, liquor spill. Oh, okay, I see. It's the bottle on its side. So was he drunk or is this planted? Spill. It suggests some kind of struggle, maybe. It smells like whiskey. Whiskey? Ah, fermented grain liquor. Pairs well with beef and wild mushrooms. Would you say this smells domestic or imported? Since when do you know so much about whiskey? I scanned a copy of Rise and Shine magazine in the lobby earlier. Philip Marlowe's fascination with alcohol is finally starting to make sense. Seems like it was Dick Stanford's fascination, too. He must have been drinking it up until he went out for his award. That's everything from my quick scan. Should I make a more detailed sweep? Not yet. I think we've got enough to suggest what happened here. Ooh, you have a theory already? I can't wait to hear it. Dick was murdered, first off. Someone must have been waiting for him backstage. The whiskey suggests he was drunk, so he couldn't have put up much of a fight. Killer only had to put his hands around his neck, and... Lights out for Dick Stanford. Scout! Was that a quip? It's a quote from one of your detective novels, but I'm working on a routine to make my own. I gotta admit, I'm impressed. No, really. Not bad for someone with no experience or training. Who knows? Maybe this time you can catch the killer before he jumps off the 10th floor balcony. Body's in here. I want forensics to... Honor, what are you doing here? trying to figure out what happened here. Thought I made it clear last time. You are not a detective. Utley, and as for this toaster of yours, it's got no feelings, no intuition. It undermines all the principles of good police work. Don't you at least want to hear what we found? Absolutely not. Got a trained forensics team coming in. Only hoped you two idiots haven't contaminated all the evidence. Now get out of my crime scene. You didn't seem pleased to see us. No, but that's not going to stop us now, right? Right. Well, let's find some more evidence. Alright, we'll do some more evidence and then we'll question Ryan. Because I want to talk to him as little as possible, honestly. 215 is solved. 3, 4, 5... 3, 4? That's gonna be 2, 4 is solved. Which places that? Versus 3. Those are solved. That has to be a 1, which means this has to be a 1, which means the 3 is there. Solved. Nope. I want to claim that. It's the 4. Forces the 3. Forces the 4 here. That. There we go. What do we got? Lighter? Pit flask. It's small and metal. That's basically the same thing. It smells just like the whiskey we found in Dick's dressing room. Do you think this was a sip flask? If it was, how did it get out here? Alright. I'll find all the clues. Get all our evidence in a row first. It's not quite solved. 1, 2... let's see. What else do we have? 425. That gives us some answers. Yeah, okay, we can build off this. This is a 7, that's solved. That 7 is set. Sends the 4. Solves that 4. Sends in the 2. 4 solves the 1. 1, 2, 1. Almost solved. 2, 4 forces that out, so 1, 1. 5 forces that out, that's 2. 2, 1, 1. 2, 1. 4 solves there. Solve the 3. It's 2. It's 2. 1 and 3. Forces the 3. Solves the 5. 2 has to be here. Solves that column. Place some more of this. Okay. 3. Put 2 in there. Right? Oh, I'm missing the last one up here. At life. This might say something about, like, if you had a drinking problem. It's an old issue of Celeb Life with a feature on Dick Sanford. Must have been written just after he retired. Looks like a typical puff piece. Well, not what a great guy he is. Here's something for your database, Scout. Gossip magazines like Celeb Life are total garbage for people that don't have lives themselves. I have added this to my database. Thank you, Honor. That's weird. Last page has been torn out. All that's left are the first 2 words. However, rumors. I wonder what the rest of the article said. Alright. Hey, Ryan. Real cops are finally here. You ready to let them take over now? Not just yet. Do you know Dick personally? I met him a couple times. Can't say I liked him. Guy was always blowing his own horn. Really? Surprised you didn't get along. Sounds like you had a lot in common. Funny. Can you think of anyone who might have wanted to hurt him? Not offhand. That's the thing with this town. You never really know anyone. Tell me about it. What do you think about Bobby Price? It's nervous, doesn't he? Then again, I can't blame him. Your show's pretty close to getting cancelled. What about Kathleen? What's your impression of her? I don't trust her. She's hiding something. Sure, it's not just because she's smart and a woman? Got no problems with smart women. As long as they're not smarter than you. Are we still talking about Kathleen? Alright, in that case, let's go to the main hall. All the people are gone. What if the killer got away? Not everyone. Bobby and Kathleen are over there. Guess the cops are focusing on anyone with a direct connection to Dick. Let's do some more PE cross. There we go. Some champagne. Alright. Start with our big ones. Go to 14, go to 13. 1, 1, 10. That's solved. 9, 11. Alright. There's another 9. 1, 1, 1, 5. 7 down here. 4. Alright. 1, 3. 1, 5. 3. 5. 3. 5. Okay, that's one solved. Four, 65. How force is that? Okay, What else we got? This 9 should be forced. Another 2 on each side here. Solves that. These both start with 7s. 1, 2, 1. It's forced in that case. 1, 3. 2, 1. 1, 6. 3 is forced. This is 7. These 9s are forced. Which solves these rows. Ends in 2. So 1. Forces this up here. There we go. What do we got? Wallet. Whose wallet? Someone must have dropped this without realizing. It's nice, real leather. I wonder who it belongs to. We should try to return it. There's no ID inside. Just small bills and a check stub for $50,000. It was paid today. I didn't see who it was paid to. Just an account number. Can I assume from your facial expression that $50,000 is a lot? It's a hell of a lot. Maybe not even enough to kill for. You know, I could be wrong, but I think Ryan used to have a wallet like this. Alright, let's do a little bit of questioning and then I might need to wrap up. As much as I want to keep going. What? What? Oh, it's you. Sorry, this whole thing with Dick has got me kind of bugged. Is it true what that guy set up on stage? Are you trying to find the killer? Trying to find out what happened to Dick. But just like you did back at your TV studio. Damn, from playing a detective to being a real one. It's a wild career change. I'm not exactly a real detective. I'm just trying to help. Oh, for sure. That's cool. Wait. You don't think I did it, did you? I'm not like that. Would I throw my whole career away just to murder some old guy? You and Dick didn't get along. It's no secret that you and Dick didn't get along. And when you left our table during the ceremony, you said you were going to give him a piece of your mind. That was just talk. Why would I pick a fight with Dick Stanford? If anything, he hated me for taking over his show. Do you know if anyone else wanted to hurt him? Probably a long list. Yes, nice in public, but in real life, he's got a reputation. If you talk to Kathleen, she put up with his grumpy ass for years. Or how about that chick who started screaming about how she should have won Best Actress? Becky? Much as I may dislike her, she's not a killer. You sure about that? She looked crazy enough to do anything. Pretty cute, though. Kathleen not get along with Dick? It seemed kind of tense on stage. She had to work with Dick every day for almost 20 years. Forget tense, I'm surprised she's still sane. About Becky. The girl who wanted to win Best Actress was Becky Paul. She plays the lead in my show, Murder Mystery. I thought she looked familiar. She was pretty pissed about not getting that award. It's a big deal for her. As if anything could drive her to murder. People do crazy things sometimes. Make mistakes in the heat of the moment. Doesn't make them a bad person. Hey, are you friends with her? I'd love to get her number. To get her on Backtalk, I mean. I bet she'd be a great guest. To cover Backtalk, right? Is that when your problems with Dick started? Yeah, and that asshole knows how to hold a grudge. I hadn't been on the air 10 minutes, and he was already talking shit about me to the press. It's too flashy, you ruined the show. Sure, we updated things a little, but come on, man, that set hadn't changed since 1979. Can you just ignore him? Sure. Then the hate mail started coming in. He's got all these crazy fans. My ratings crashed. They're already talking about canceling the show. So your TV career was threatened by Dick. Would you say that made you angry? Well, yeah. But I wouldn't kill the guy over it. Okay. Kathleen. I hear you're investigating what happened to Dick. I wish you the best of luck. Guess you've heard by now. Dick was strangled. God, please, don't tell me anymore. I can hardly bear to think about it. How long did you work together? How long did you and Dick work together on Back Talk? Oh, many years. I've heard people say it's hard to imagine there was a time before I was on the show. You weren't there from the start? I didn't join until the second season. They wanted someone who could attract more viewers. You should have seen the outfits they tried to squeeze me into. Hardly more than swimsuits some days. That's terrible. That's television. But I stood my ground. I like to think I made a difference. How was your relationship with Dick? Oh, we got on just fine. Really? When we met him, he was kind of an ass. This is Hollywood. Everyone has their problems. But I'm a professional, and people who complain get a reputation. Besides, no one wants to hear about backstage drama. They'd rather just relax and enjoy the show. Although I don't think anyone was expecting the show they saw tonight. You know Ryan Blackstock? He was on stage earlier. You mean tall, blonde, and handsome? I was wondering who that was. Funniest thing, I saw him with Dick earlier today. They were getting lunch at Dylan's on Fairfax. Lunch? Why would Ryan be getting lunch with Dick Stanford? Your guess is as good as mine. Whatever it wasn't going very well. It seemed like they were arguing. I wish I could tell you more, but I was in a cab at the time. I only caught a glimpse. I don't think it could be related to what happened to Dick, do you? You know about Bob Price. He's talented, but he's got big shoes to fill if he wants to keep hosting Back Talk. He doesn't seem to be much of a fan of Dick. They never saw eye to eye. Dick hated having his show taken away from him, and Bobby hated working in Dick's shadow. Hated it enough to kill Dick. Bobby is young, ambitious, and impulsive. More than that, can't say. Alright, let's go to the dressing room. Are they gonna kick us out again? I guess we can talk to Ryan? Yeah. Really have to stand there? Oh, now you want to talk to me. I can't believe you called me out. I can't believe you called me out on stage like that. You had no right. I hadn't even told Mom about what happened yet. Yeah, I got that impression. Real healthy relationship you got there. As if you're any kind of authority on what makes a healthy relationship. I'm just giving you a chance. Chance to do what? Screw up? Just do whatever you think is best. You're the detective, remember? Who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky again. And if not, there's no shame in admitting you need help. What do you think happened to Dick? He was out of his mind if that stage performance was anything to go by. Probably went nuts and killed himself. Really think he would do that? You're the detective. You tell me. I wanted to hurt Dick. No, can't think of anyone. But you have connections to people into the TV business. You may have heard something. Yeah, I know people, but I don't pay attention to industry drama. Alright. I think what we actually need to do is go to backstage and question Ryan about his wallet. Your argument with Dick. Kathleen said she saw you and Dick arguing over lunch earlier today. Care to explain? Ah, that was nothing. We were talking about some business, things got a little out of hand. It happens. Except in this case, the other guy turned up dead a few hours later. What? You think I did it? What is it with you? You've always got to turn me into the bad guy. We're just following up on the available evidence. It's nothing personal. I think the scout thing is a bad influence on you. I'm serious. I do my best to support you, but you don't make it easy. Wow! What a piece of garbage. How do I present evidence? Can I do that? I've asked all my questions. Do I have more? Ah, okay, I have more to talk to Bobby about. I've heard Dick was arguing with Ryan Blackstock earlier today. Do you know him? Know anything about that argument? Ryan who? Sorry, I don't know the guy. Well, that's helpful. Okay, question is still lit up there, which is what's throwing me off. Same here. So I can't select investigate, but I can select question. And I don't know... Like, can I present evidence? Because I don't have the button prompt to do that. Let me try if I switch to... Okay, hold on. Is there like a present evidence button? There is. Okay, I just don't have a button prompt. That explains it. Alright, let's talk to you about your wallet, dude. Hey, you found my wallet. I was wondering why I wasn't getting that button prompt. Couldn't help noticing you wrote a big check today. Went through my stuff? You just can't help checking up on me, can you? Don't flatter yourself. I wanted to see whose wallet it was. So, what was the money for? Nothing. Just business. $50,000 of business? It's a lot of nothing. I don't have to explain myself to you. Do you know about this? One of this magazine article, there was some kind of rumors going around about Dick. You know anything about that? Nope. You know I keep out of all that showbiz drama. Hip flask. Yeah, he doesn't care. Oh, you know I can't stand the smell of whiskey. Why not? It's not... The week before we got married, he got wasted and crashed his dad's yacht into the San Diego pier. I don't know what was worse, the broken arm or the 3-day hangover. Thanks for reminding me. It's just gonna be the same. Ugh, is that whiskey? No, I hate that stuff. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Let's talk to... do some presenting. You read the Celeb Life article about Dick? No. Seeing his photo on the front cover was enough to put me off. Says there were some rumors going around about Dick. Figures. A lot of my crew worked on the old show with him. From what I hear, he wasn't exactly easy to work with. Anything bad enough that someone might have wanted to kill him? Sorry, I don't remember. Hip flask? You recognize this hip flask? Is it yours? Detectives always had them in the movies. I've never seen one in real life before. Someone spilled whiskey in Dick's dressing room. Do you know anything about that? Whiskey? It must have been his. That was... very strange. We found handprints around Dick's neck. Someone strangled him. Doesn't narrow it down much, does it? After all, everyone here has 2 hands. This is serious, Bobby. I know, I get nervous. But not because I'm guilty or anything, just the whole situation. What's the motherfucking situation? Okay. You seen this article about Dick and Celeb Life? Of course. Dick was very proud of his front page billing. I'm guessing he was less happy when he saw how the article ended. Something about rumors? We're still missing part of it. Let me guess, the entire last page was torn out? Dick did that to every copy he could get his hands on. He never could take criticism very well. Personally, I think it's good that these magazines do a little digging occasionally. Call it investigative journalism, if you like. So, you think there's some truth to the rumors they printed? Can you tell us more about what they were? Of course. Sorry, I'd love to talk, but I have to take this. Okay. Can I ask Kathleen anymore? I guess I can bring in some stuff. Is this his hip flags? Does this belong to Dick? I don't think so. But you saw what he was like on stage tonight. Drunk as a sailor. Is there a chance the hip flask belongs to anyone else? We should investigate every possibility. Well, it could be Bobby's. I've heard he started drinking to cope with the stress. The production team aren't happy. Imagine going through all the trouble of rebooting a talk show just for the new host to get carted off to rehab. Wallet. Any idea whose wallet this might be? No. Why are you showing me? Okay. Alright. Oh. Hello. Bobby Price has a drinking problem? He'll deny it, I'm sure, but I've heard plenty of stories. A way to calm his nerves, I suppose. What do you think he's nervous about? Oh, the usual. His performance, his rating, his dick giving him a hard time. And no murder, too. It's no wonder the poor kid has issues. Hi, Bobby. Can I confront you about drinking? Must have been his. See, dick with a hit flask. You saw how he acted on stage. The guy was drunk and an ass. Okay, didn't know the celeb life. Let's just try some stuff. This was supposed to be Becky's acceptance speech for Best Actress. Man, that sucks. I wish I could help her out somehow. I don't think Bobby has anything else. Let's just really quick. I was so pleased when I found out they wanted me to give Dick his award. I've been waiting for a moment like this for a long time. Now it's all over, and nothing will ever be the same again. I think that's everything. A clip-on bow tie. Dick used to hate those things. Funny, isn't it? It can be so hard to remember these things while someone's alive, but after they're gone, even the smallest detail seems unforgettable. Okay, let's talk to Ryan again. Oh, scene. You still here? What did forensics find? Still waiting on blood tests, but in my professional opinion, Dick Stanford was strangled to death. We knew that already. Oh, well, we also found whiskey spilled on the floor. Telltale sign of a struggle. Yep, we knew that too. Jesus H. Christ. How about the door handle? I guess we missed that one. Aha! See? That's why you should leave this to the professionals. We know to check for prints. You found prints? That's great. Well, not exactly. The handle was wiped clean. Smells like the killer cleaned it with the whiskey. The alcohol would have acted as a solvent. A very effective solution. So let me get this straight. The only new thing you found is where some fingerprints used to be. Look, it's not about who found what. It's about coming to the right conclusions. And that takes experience, expertise, and intuition. You want conclusions? You've already got two suspects. Bobby Price and Ryan Blackstock. Is that so? What's your evidence against Bobby? Hip flask. Found this hip flask backstage. It contains the same whiskey as we found at the crime scene. And I've heard Bobby Price has a drinking problem. Interesting. Needs more evidence to back it up, but it's a good start. How about your other suspect? What's that Silver Spoon Blackstock kid got to do with this? Ryan Blackstock was seen arguing with Dick this afternoon. Not much on its own, but he also signed a check today for 50 grand. Buddies have a nasty habit of showing up when there's that much money at stake. And Ryan isn't exactly trustworthy. Oh? You know him? He's my ex-husband. He's also a manipulative, a goddamn liar, and an ass! I'm gonna assume he picked that up from you. What can I say? He's a fast learner. Okay, I'll admit, you found a couple of good leads. I'll follow up on them just as soon as I finish my report. Can't we at least keep looking for more evidence? No way! Lucky I don't arrest you right now for interfering in an investigation. Now get out of here, will ya? Can't afford any more liabilities. Captain's got me under a microscope on this one. Should probably go find Becky. Never mind. Let's go to the dressing room. I just followed him in here. Thought I told you to leave you alone. You know, you're starting to become predictable, Detective. And you're starting to become a real pain in my ass. You want something or you just here to bug me? Honor's mother dropped her bag in here earlier. We'd like to look for it. Mother, huh? Yes, her bag. That's why we're here. Alright, but do it quietly. I got paperwork to finish. Good thinking, Scout. Since when do you know how to lie like that? It was one of the many things I learned from those detective movies, along with the snappy one-liner subroutine I mentioned earlier. You'll have to show me later. Right now, we better look for clues before Cross realizes what we're really doing in here. Clues, clues, clues. Where are the clues? Hello, clues. Clue! I found a clue. Okay. This ends in a 3, so that could be together. 2 space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. 251 is solved. This is 222. These have to be like this. That's 4. Do I have any other long ones? 1, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, I can't narrow that down. 2, 2, 1, 1. So we do that. This has to be a 1. That's good. Which also makes that the 3. So that solves the 2, 2. That's a 4. That's the 2. 3 there. Four. So 4 goes there. Six. 3, 3. Goes off. There we go. All these are sorted. That's forced. That's forced. That's the only place left. There we go. What do we got? The PDA? Oh, yeah. There we go. I love the 90s. When everyone used PDAs. This must belong to Dick. Looks like it's password protected. Can you hack into it, Scout? Sorry, Honor. This is a little embarrassing, but I don't have the right cable. I can only interface with devices bearing an RS-232 port. This device's interface is proprietary. I need some kind of adapter to connect to the PDA. I can't access the data without it. Got it. Well, let me know if you see one around here. Adapter? Oh, adapter? Oh. Alright. 1321 is solved. That has to be a 1. And this has to be a 1. That has to be a 1. Does that solve anything? We can place some of the 3s. Which means that's a 1. 1, 1, 1. That's a 1. That's a 1. Can't place any other ones here. One of these two, but we can't place which one it is yet. Don't know which one that is. Damn. Well, we can rule out some of these other... some of those, which forces this down here. That's a 1. Which means that has to be a 1. Forces that. Okay. Some progress. This is part of the 2. It could go either way. This is forced. Which makes that the 2. Solves that. There we go, we got one of our 5s. That should develop things. Oh, I didn't even realize there's 2 here. I guess we just placed that. Plus both of our 5s. What do we got? This has to be 2. Places that. Places that. 1, 3. There we go. Adapter? No. Medallion. Medallion? It's some kind of coin, but I don't recognize the currency. It's not a coin, it's a medallion. They give these to recovering alcoholics. And according to the engraving, Dick Stanford's been sober for 40 years. If that's true, this spilled whiskey must belong to the killer. I think we found everything we can in here, at least while Cross is watching. Password protected PDA and a medallion. Is that enough to crack the case? I don't know about the PDA, but the medallion definitely raises some interesting questions. If Dick doesn't drink alcohol, and the whiskey, and the hip flask it was spilled from is a direct link to the killer. And I think we have a pretty good idea of who it belongs to, but it's never the first hunch. Bobby Price. What are you two yammering on about? I don't mind you looking for your mom's bag, but can't you do it quietly? We just found it, actually. We'll get out of your hair. Enjoy your paperwork, detective. Incredible. So much like him. Yeah. You work with my dad when he was on the force? You look like you've lost something. Need any help? Oh, hi. Lost something. No, nothing. Are you sure? I can find anything. It's cool, it's cool. I'm just, trying to find the men's room. I thought you said you weren't looking for anything. I guess I did. Anyway, I'll just be... going. That was weird. What do you got, Bobby? How about this minute? He told us that Hip Flask was Dick's, but he hasn't had a drink for over 40 years. What? Well, then it must belong to somebody else. What about that Ryan guy? You can't pin this on me. I didn't do anything. Okay. Okay. You know, I get the feeling Bobby really was looking for something. Do you think there's evidence hidden here? Doesn't hurt to take a look around. Puzzle time. Let me look for a clue. I will find a clue. I will find a clue. Clue. It's a clue. Okay, 2 through 3 gets me some placements. 1 2 1 2 gets me some placements. 3 1 2 gets me a single placement. But I think that's enough, actually. To get me at least some progress. So that forces that, and forces the 2. That 2 there means that the 1 is here. 2 3, that's forest. We fit both the 2 1 here. Assuming the 3 here is all the way to the left, so we can't determine that yet. This is set. That lets us place 1 more. Can't place the 2, because it could be an alien's 4. So if the 2 is here, that gives us some insight. This has to be the 3. Forces that 1. Here's the 2. There we go. I love doing these little puzzles. I love pencil puzzles. That forces the 2 and the 3. There we go. I didn't even notice the 1/4 bottom there. That probably would have helped. There we go. That's a 1. At least one of them has to be here. That's also a 1. That's the 3. 1, 2, solves that row. Forces the 2 there. It's a 1, forces that 2. There we go. Is this an adapter cable? No. Every time I see that, like, swirly lines, handkerchief, I'm like, it must be an adapter. Silk handkerchief. That's weird. Kinda gross. Perhaps Bobby dropped it when he left. Maybe. He doesn't strike me as the silk handkerchief type. What do these embroidered letters indicate? Don't sneeze? DS. Scout, this must belong to Dick Stanford. But Dick died in his dressing room. What's his handkerchief doing here? Why does it smell like whiskey? Here we go. Okay. Hey, Bobby. How you feel about this? Where'd you get that? Found it in the main hall. Right where you were standing earlier. It's not mine. I know. The monogram says it was Dick's. That's great. That's great detective work. The weird thing is, it smells of whiskey. Maybe he liked the smell? Scout, would you join me in the dressing room for a second? Why, Honor? Yes, let's go. Bye, then? You ever going to let me finish this damn report? You don't need to. We've got all the evidence you need. Been investigating. Do you even realize how much danger you're putting yourself in? There's a strangler out there. I know. And we think it's Bobby Price. He wanted revenge on Dick for sabotaging his TV career. Dick hated him for taking over Backtalk. He used his influence to attack Bobby in the press. Bobby's ratings hit rock bottom. He's on the verge of cancellation. And, tonight, Bobby had to sit and watch as the guy who was ruining his career got a Lifetime Achievement Award. That pushed him over the edge. He waited backstage for Dick to go to his dressing room, and then he strangled him. It's a nice theory. The only thing tying Bobby to the room is that hip flask, and he says it belongs to Dick. That's where our new evidence comes in. Medallion and handkerchief. We found Dick's sobriety medallion. He's been sober for over 40 years. Which means Bobby was lying. The hip flask is his. Sobriety medallion? Where the hell did you find that? In here, detective. In here? You said you were looking for a handbag. Yes, Scout. We did say that. It's not about who found what. It's about coming to the right conclusions. Hold on, crap. Where'd you learn that, Amateur Detective Monthly? You said it earlier this evening. You can't just... I can't believe I'm getting outsmarted by a toaster oven. Which brings me to the issue of Dick's handkerchief. When we found Bobby backstage, he was clearly looking for something. So we had a look in the main hall, around where Bobby had just been. And we found a silk handkerchief that wasn't there earlier. That thing stinks of booze. I think something happened to make Bobby nervous. Really nervous. So nervous he needed a drink to calm his nerves. You think he killed Dick? He has the means, the motive, and the opportunity. But he wasn't prepared for how it would affect him. He was shaking so bad he dropped his hip flask. And what about the handkerchief? He just killed Dick and spilled his drink everywhere. He was desperate to clean up the evidence and get out before anyone found it. So he grabbed the nearest piece of cloth and used it to mop up the spill. And the fingerprints on the doorknob as he left. I'll be damned. It all fits. Not bad for an amateur, huh? If it wasn't for this goddamn report, Oh, to hell with the paperwork. I think it's about time I had a chat with Bobby Price. Don't start congratulating yourself just yet, Ms. Rahi. This isn't over. So, that's the evidence against you. Anything to say for yourself? I didn't mean to do it. I just wanted to talk to him. Call that talking? I'm guessing you didn't like his answer. I didn't get an answer. He came backstage with his award and completely ignored me. Walked straight past, like I didn't even exist. I put up with a lot of his crap since I took over Backtalk, but that was too much. I busted down his door and... but I didn't want to kill the guy. I just got carried away. I swear, I barely touched him. Not knowing your own strength is no defense against murder, Mr. Price. I'm taking you in. Don't go anywhere, Ms. Rahi. We still need to talk about this detective hobby of yours. Where were you? We missed the fireworks. Is Detective Cross still here? No, you just missed him. He left with Bobby. What's up? An urgent package arrived for him. I told the police officer I would give it to Detective Cross personally. Did I just let you have it? I told them I'm Detective Cross's new personal assistant. They seemed impressed. I think I preferred you when you didn't know how to lie. What was the delivery? I'm not sure, but it must be important. It's a time bomb! I'm just imagining. Okay, that's the 4. Let's those off. Let's extend this. Which goes up to the 8. The 7. 1-4 is solved. Which solves the 6. There we go. That's the 1. Solves the 7. There we go, that's solved. That column is solved. This column is solved. 2, 2, 2. This is a 4. So that's also a 2. So that's 4. 1, 6. Wait. There we go. 2 here and a 2 here. It's both 1 wide. 2, 1, 2. 1, 1. This is 1, 5. 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That row is solved. That row is solved, which forces the 4. Forces the 5, the 1. There we go. And then another 2. There we go. What's this? Blood? Must have dropped it. Oh no, this is the results of the blood test. Okay. This must be their forensic report Cross is waiting for. Oh my. If I'm reading this right, then these blood results mean... What? What does it mean? He was drunk? I have to take this to Cross. This changes everything. What changes everything? Detective Cross, where's Bobby? Talking to his lawyer. Why? Dick's blood test came back and... Well, see for yourself. I don't believe it. This says... And that means... Bobby Price couldn't have killed Dick Stanford. Because he was already dead. I don't understand. Bobby confessed. He thought he killed him, but he was already dead. This is Case 5 and Danganronpa 1 all over again. Everyone thought they killed Sakura. Robot's got a point. There were strangulation marks on Dick's throat. So I'm assuming he was poisoned. Because we saw his behavior, he was, like, out of it. I never said Bobby was lying. He did strangle Dick. That wasn't what killed him. According to this blood test, Dick was poisoned. He died before Bobby even laid a finger on him. You're telling me Bobby Price strangled a corpse? I don't even know if that's illegal or not. But that means whoever killed Dick is still loose. Not for long. Got that whole building in lockdown. Whoever it is, we got him cornered. That means there's still time. Let's go. Wait a second, how did you get out of the building? One of your officers thinks I'm your personal assistant. Gee, I don't know how they got that idea. You know, you two make a great argument for early retirement.
What happens to Bobby now?
He's out on bail. One of the benefits of being a TV star, I guess. Good lawyers.
So he's gone. What if we still need to question him about something?
He's not going anywhere. One of the conditions of his bail is that he cooperates with the investigation. Don't forget, I've done this 100 times. I know what I'm doing. Unlike you.
Detective! I saw you taking Bobby Price into custody. I always knew he was trouble.
In that case, I'm sorry to disappoint you. He's innocent.
Innocent? Are you sure?
Found the evidence myself, Mom. Dick was poisoned.
But don't worry, we'll catch the real killer soon.
I've had just about enough of this. How many times do I have to tell you? You are not detectives. But I don't want to hear it. I let it slide when it was about your friend. But this? You're out of your depth, Miss Rahi. Really want to help? Here's a job for you. A hot pink 4x4 was double parked out front. It was getting towed as we arrived. Why don't you two use those detective skills of yours to find the owner? I need to go collect it from the impound lot.
A new mystery to solve.
Forget about it, Scout. He's just trying to keep us out of his way. Damn right I am.
You think this stupid car is more important than finding a murderer?
Absolutely not. But it's the only thing I'm going to let you investigate around here. Take it or leave it.
Perhaps we should just investigate the car, Honor. Whose side are you on?
I even got your first piece of evidence. They checked inside before it got towed and found something on the dash.
Let me take a look. Let me do a puzzle.
15 by 15, baby! Alright, 4 space 1 space... Okay, yeah. This is not quite solved, but we're getting there. That's a 2, that's a 3. This goes out to 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. This is 7, so it goes out to 1. This is 6. Got an 11 here. That solves a bunch of columns. Just gonna force that 4 on the bottom. Um, 5 here. Forces the 4. Forces the 5. 3, 4, 5. This is very square. Whatever this object is. This has got to be part of the 3. That's a 4. So that's all blocked off, which forces the 7. And the... Oh, it doesn't force the 1. That's blocked off. Okay. That actually tells us a lot about the 7. Got 3 there. So 1. These 2 rows are completed. This is a 3. That column's done. Almost solves the 11. Does solve the 11. There we go. Can't put the 3 in there. The only place you can put 3 is there. Forces this 3. Another perfectly diagonal corner. Forces the 2, 2. Forces the 4 here. Forces the 3. Forces the 7 up here. There we go. A letter. Or an envelope.
Aha! It seems to be a letter.
Great. A new lead in the most pointless errand ever.
Detective Cross won't let us investigate the murder. We don't have to give up. We should focus on what we can do instead. He only gave us this dumb job because he wants to keep us out of his...
Oh, he only gave us this dumb job because he wants to keep us out of his hair. How does that help?
And that might be what he intended, but we can still use it to our advantage. He's given us a chance to show what we can do.
You're right, Scout. Up until now, he's always been there. Now we can prove we can handle something without any help.
Right. We just have to find who this letter was sent to.
Nothing we can't handle. We are a team, after all. So, what does it say?
I can't make it to the awards tonight, sweetie. Your idiot father is remodeling the kitchen again. I hope this cute car makes up for it. Lots of love, Mom.
I got a pretty good idea who this belongs to. Let's go find Becky. Just 1 second on him, Mizrahi. You're not going anywhere until we talk about this detective nonsense you've gotten yourself into. Sorry, Mom. You heard Detective Cross. We have to find out who owns that car.
Oh, don't worry about him. He understands the situation perfectly well.
Really?
So, you're doing detective work now.
About this whole detective thing. It's hard to explain.
But why? Why do this? You had the job you wanted on that stupid TV program.
I lost that job, Mom. Someone wanted me off the show so badly that Blake got killed over it. Can't go back.
So find another show. There must be others. God knows how much there's enough crap on TV these days.
You should be happy. You never wanted me to be an actress anyway.
Happy? Happy that you're risking your neck chasing down murderers?
I know you don't agree with it, but
you're damn right I don't agree with it. Have you lost your mind? After everything that happened to your father.
Why didn't you say that? His dick was poisoned. We're still trying to figure out exactly what happened, but...
Honest, stop.
But you love Dick Sanford. Don't you want justice for him?
Of course I do, but not from you. You heard Detective Cross. If you want to investigate something, you find out who owns that car and then go home.
I think I've forgotten about Dad. When you say I've forgotten what happened to Dad, I flew back that night. I quit college.
Then you know damn well why I can't let you go down that road. He spent his whole life chasing criminals, and look where it got him.
If he was here, he'd want me to...
Don't you dare try to tell me what he would have wanted. I knew him a lot longer than you did.
You know what? You're right. I didn't know Dad very well. He never talked to me.
Don't be ridiculous. He talked to you. You did lots of things together. He read to you every night.
I know. Philip Marlowe, Sherlock Holmes, Poirot. He introduced me to all the great detectives. But never himself.
That's not his fault. It was hard enough for him to talk to me about his work. He was just a kid.
He was my dad. Didn't I deserve a chance to know him? All I have left is the fiction. It's not the same.
You can't put yourself in danger just to feel closer to your father. Focus on the memories he left you, the photographs.
That's why you gave me the locket? I would have given it to you sooner if I'd known what you were doing. It's good to see Dad at the Brown Derby again. Did you take the photo?
Me? I never went to the Brown Derby. A restaurant that looks like a hat. Damn fool idea if you ask me. He always went there with his work friends. His captain, his partner.
Wait, Dad had a partner?
Forget about it. That's not important.
Dad had a partner? You said Dad went to the Brown Derby with his partner? I don't remember Dad having a partner.
Of course he had a partner. He was in the police force.
Are you still in contact with them? If anyone could understand what I'm doing, it would be Dad's old partner.
I think they'd tell you to listen to me and keep yourself safe. That's what your father would have wanted.
Detective Cross.
Find the owner of that car yet?
My mom won't let me go, which is not a sentence I thought I'd have to say at 29 years old.
You should listen to her. She's only got your safety in mind.
Why do you care about my safety? I was talking about keeping me safe. What does that even mean? When have I ever been hurt?
You've been lucky, but you're dealing with killers. That luck's gonna run out sooner or later.
Why do you care so damn much? What are you so scared of? Oh, I get it.
Trust me, you don't.
No, I get it now. You're old. You said yourself they want to put you behind a desk, but you wouldn't listen. Then me and Scout come along and we solve Blake's murder, we find the evidence, we crack the case.
That's got nothing to do with it. You don't care about me. You never have. You're just scared. You're scared that I'm better than you. I swore an oath. To protect and serve? You're only trying to protect yourself. It's not true. And what are you scared of, Detective? I'm scared you're gonna make a mistake. You're gonna get yourself killed. Stop and think for a second, just for 1 second, what that would mean for the people who care about you. For once in your life, listen to what your mom is telling you. Walk away. Car assignment's a joke, right? I don't make jokes. Do you at least have any leads besides that letter? Now you need my help? You think finding the owner of a bright pink car wouldn't be too difficult? Are you Mom ganging up? You talk about what my mom wants. What about what I want? I swear, it's like you two are ganging up on me. She's just talking a lot of sense right now. Finding my dad's partner. I just found out my dad had a partner in the LAPD. Do you think you could help me find them? Sorry, I'm homicide, not missing persons. I know, if I could find them, they might be able to tell me more about my dad. I'll make a point of not knowing people these days. Makes the job easier. Got a photo of Dad outside his favorite restaurant. Can't you at least show it around to the station? Look, there are a lot of cops on the force, and the Brown Derby was a popular place. I can't help you. I didn't say Brown Derby. I didn't mention the Brown Derby. What? How did you know it was my dad's favorite restaurant? Well, like I said, it was a popular place. Just a lucky guess. I don't know, it's a small world. Wait a second. I never noticed before, but the photo in this locket is folded in half. Scout, take a look at this. Let's do it. Alright, 3 there. It's gotta be 5. Horse is this. The 4-8 has gotta be... Yeah, that's big help. Horse is the 7. This lets me get the 9 out here, and the 7 here. Okay, that's 2, that's a 1, that forces the 7. Forces the 3, we solve that row, which forces the 4. 3, 4 here, and 5 here. And then fill in a good bit from the 4 here. That's an 8. 4, 5, 4, 3. Oh, 4, 2, 7 is 4, so I didn't realize. That forces the 4. Solves that column. Forces the 8. So 4. Solves that. That's 3. Solves that. This is a 3, 2. 2 there. That's a 1. 3. And 1. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That has to be the 4. That 5 is forced. 4. 4. It's also forced. Okay. It's gotta be the 1, which means that has to be the 2. Solves this column. Puts a 1 there.
Forces the 4 and the 3. We need a 1, 2 here. Salt that on its own. There we go. It's a 2, 2, 1. 3. Forces the 9. Forces the 1 there. There we go. The other half of this photo. What do we got? I don't believe it. You're in this photo, right next to my dad. Fine. Yes, I worked with your father for 10 years. We were partners. You knew. All this time you knew who I was. Not at first. I hadn't seen you since you were a baby. Joshua always tried to keep work and family separate. When I saw you working to solve a case, it all clicked. It was like seeing him alive again, after all these years. Why didn't you say something? Like what? Oh hey, you know, you remind me of my dead partner. Besides, it was never the right time. I needed you to respect me as an officer of the law, not one of your dad's old friends. But you hated me. I was just trying to keep you out of trouble. Joshua saved my ass so many times out on patrol. Least I can do is return the favor for his daughter. Were you there when he... I don't want to talk about that right now. Look, maybe I can't stop you from trying to be a detective. God knows nothing could stop Joshua once he had a lead. So go right ahead. Look for evidence. Question people. I won't stop you. But I'm watching you like a hawk. As soon as I think you're going too far, as soon as I think you're in real danger, it ends. Do you understand me? I just think I didn't ask you what you think. Do you understand? Yes. Good. I don't hate you, Honor. I get what you're trying to do. But I have to make sure you don't get yourself in above your head. I own that much. You okay? Yeah, it was just a lot of information. What happened to your father? Mom never told me the details. He just went out to work one day and didn't come home again. And you were left with a blank space in your past. I understand. But Detective Cross may be able to give you some answers. Didn't you hear what he said? He doesn't want to talk about it. Not yet. He gave us permission to keep investigating. He may be coming around. I don't know. He wasn't exactly enthusiastic. Seems like everyone's telling me to give up. Just because everyone's against you doesn't mean they're right. I guess we'll have to find out. Let's get out of here. Still gotta talk to whoever owns that car. Backstage. You knew about Detective Cross? Found out about Detective Cross. You knew who he was. This whole time. No point trying to hide it anymore. Yes, I've known Jerry for years. And you were working together, trying to get me to stop investigating. I can't believe this. My own mother. Actually, forget that. I can't believe it. You didn't want me to be an actress. You don't want me to be a detective. What do you want, Mom? I want you to be safe. But whatever I try, you always have to do the opposite. We paid for your college tuition, you dropped out and started acting. I set you up with Ryan, a successful businessman. You get a divorce. Doesn't all that tell you something? It tells me you still got a lot to learn. I'm getting sick of having to watch over you all the time. Then don't. I'm almost 30. I can make my own goddamn decisions. And look where that's got you. Alright. Let's take a break. I'm feeling okay to keep going. We've been going for about a couple hours. Let's take a break, and then we'll head backstage. So I will see you all in 5-ish minutes. Bye, everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around during our break. I went and switched out ice packs for my poor little face. But we have some more investigating to do. Let's... Did it not select them? There. Yeah, here we go. Okay. There's Becky. Was that Becky? She's been in the bathroom since she left the ceremony. Do you think she knows that Dick's been murdered? Knowing Becky, she'll probably think he deserved it for not giving her that award. Hey, Becky. Welcome back. I was worried you were going to stay in the restroom all night. What? Don't be stupid on her. I just had to fix my makeup, that's all. Did you hear what happened? Of course I did. Cops even made me give a statement. Like, what's the point? I didn't see anything. And if that wasn't bad enough, Bobby Price just tried to make a pass at me. It's hard work being the center of attention. Sorry I didn't get the award. If it's any consolation, we all thought you deserved it. Everyone knows I deserve it. Well, everyone except those brainless nobodies in the Starshine Committee, apparently. You're a great actress, Becky. You don't need to win an award for people to take you seriously. What would you know? You've never even been shortlisted. It'd be crazy what happened to Dick. Let's be honest, he was ancient and his career was over. It was gonna happen soon enough anyway. Becky, he was murdered! Have you seen inside a retirement home? If I ever get that old and irrelevant, I hope someone does the same to me. Bobby Price made a pass at you? Can you blame him? I didn't even know he's back yet. It wasn't that long ago he was in a cell. Another innocent person put away by Honor Mizrahi and Scout. What a fearsome duo. Anyway, enough about us. Let's get back to you. My favorite subject. Bobby started telling me all about his TV show, as if that's supposed to impress me. Like, we all have TV shows. This is Hollywood. Still, he is kinda cute. And a spot on a talk show could be good for publicity. Just be careful. Case isn't over yet. He could still turn out to be the murderer. I'm thinking about going on his show, Honor, not marrying him. Oh, I am not stupid enough to make that mistake. Wow. Alright. Where did you get that? Cops found it on the dash of a pink 4x4 outside. Was that your car? Because it's been towed. Good. All I wanted was for my parents to see me win a Starshine Award, and they couldn't even do that. Mom thinks she can buy my forgiveness with some hideous hot pink monstrosity. I'm glad it got towed. They can crush the damn thing for all I care. By the way, I'm gonna need a ride home tonight. Sorry, Becky. I know what it's like to not have your parents' support. Sucks. Why couldn't they just be here? You don't need them. You've got us. Forget it. I didn't even win anyway. We solved the mystery of the pink car. Now Detective Cross will finally trust us. I wouldn't get your hopes up. You only give us that case to keep us busy. But I bet he didn't count on us solving it this fast. We're a great team. Like Holmes and Watson, Cagney and Lacey, Shaggy and Scooby. We really need to talk about how much TV you're watching. No mystery will go unsolved. No stone left unpunished. No criminal left unturned. I like the enthusiasm. I don't know if... Come on, partner. There's a murder to solve. Hey, wait up. I like the idea that I'm the Watson. Do we... Yeah, we got everything here. Okay. Main hall. There's Ryan. Well, I still think Bobby did it. He's got the motive, the opportunity. Is poison his style? It doesn't seem like the kind of guy to think that far ahead. You don't know Bobby like I do. Besides that... Excuse me, that's my agent calling. I'll start with Ryan. I hear your suspect was released without charge. You seem to be making a habit of this, Honor. What's wrong about Bobby? I admit that, but I'm not giving up. Good for you. I hear the detective even gave you a special assignment. We already solved it. Now we're looking for the murderer again. Is that so? Well, I'm sure you'll do your best. What do you think poisoned Dick? I heard you talking to Kathleen about the poisoning. What do you make of it? I don't think Bobby did it, if that's what you're asking. That doesn't leave many subjects. Kathleen, Becky, you. Watch it, binary boy. You've got nothing on me, and you know it. Besides, if I'd killed Dick, do you really think I'd be stupid enough to hang around afterwards? Killer's probably long gone by now. I'm not so sure. Something tells me this thing with Dick was personal. Might be sticking around to see how things play out. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you're a psychologist now as well as a detective. Do you have a PDA cord? Isn't that Dick's PDA? We think there might be useful information on here, but it's password protected. Don't look at me. You're the one with the robot sidekick. Can he crack the code? Not without a serial interface. I guess you're out of luck then. Okay. Let's talk to Kathleen. How's the investigation going? Is it true Bobby got released already? It's like Bobby didn't kill Dick. It's true. Bobby didn't kill Dick. He just thought he did. I have to say, I'm surprised. It sounded like you had the case all wrapped up. We thought so too, until we found out that Dick was poisoned. Now we're back to square one. Poisoned? But... It's not really my place to say, but... Just because Bobby admitted to strangling Dick doesn't mean he didn't poison him too. Can you think of any way Dick might have been poisoned before he got on stage for his award? I'm sorry, I don't know where he was before the presentation. Have you checked his dressing room? We have, but do you know anything about his PDA? Do you have any idea what Dick might have used as a password? Sorry, not a clue. Is there anything else? You want to look at this blood test? Let's go to the dressing room. Back to the crime scene at last. It'll be easier to search the place now that Cross isn't breathing down our necks. Understood. Setting scan mode to high resolution. Alright. Hello, criminal clues. There we go. Got 15 here. Dot the I's, cross the T's. That's another 2, or another 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 7. Another 1 down here. 5. That 2 has to go there. I mean, this is solved. Which means... pushes that up. This is 11. Now let's check here. So this is 4. This is 6. No, that can still be part of it. 1 and 4. Bunch of 1s. This actually has to be the 3, so this is forced to be a 1. Let's see, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 3 is solved. It's likely a 1, but I don't lock that in just yet. It's 3, 3. These all end in 2, 1, so that's what they have to be. There we go. That's sorted. 4. Now that's not part of it, which forces the 4. 3, 1, and then a 2 in here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. Bottom row is solved. Here's the 4. 4. Which is the 3. It's a 3. 10's in a 3. 1, 1. 2. 2. 4. Solves the 11. It's a 1. Don't know which yet. Oh, 4, 3, 2. Oh, this is solved, that's solved. 3 solves the rest of it. 5 there. It's a 1. Who goes there? One, 2. There we go. What's this here? Briefcase. There's a bunch of letters here from Dick's lawyers. Cease and desist LLP. Just trying to stop someone from going to the press about it. It's right here in these letters. Do you think this is related to the rumors in Celeb Life magazine? Must be. It says the guy's name was Alex Costa. He accused Dick of being abusive and intimidating. Based on our interaction with him, that sounds accurate. Sustained verbal abuse over a period of many years. Volatile, ill-tempered, created a hostile work environment. No wonder he wanted to go to the press. If this is true, Dick would have made Becky seem like an angel. Everyone who worked with him must have known about this. Why was he allowed to keep his job? That's easy. Money. No TV network wants to fire their biggest star. It's easier just to make sure nothing ever goes public. Well, that and he's a powerful man in a city run by powerful men. You can be sure Kathleen wouldn't have gotten away with being so difficult. But these files say someone was trying to tell the truth. That would make it hard to ensure it never went public. Yep. Dick called in his lawyers to shut them down. Do you think that could drive someone to murder? Sounds like a possible motive to me. We should see if anyone knows this Alex Costa guy. Do a little more investigating first. There it is. I found the puzzle. This has to be part of the 6, so 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 6. These have to be separate, which means this has to be the 3, and this the 2. Oh, why did I do the 2 and 8? 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the 4. So 1. That's a 3.
So nothing can go there. These have to be separate. So the 2-3 is solved. One of the 3's there. Solve some of that. This has to be the 4. This doesn't tell me much. Can't place the 2-1. The 6 ends here. Can't place the 2-2 either. Damn. This could still be 3-2 over there. This 4 blocks out that. 2-2-4 is solved. In which case... does it tell us anything about anything? Yeah, it's blocked off. Could be the 1 here, unfortunately. That has to be the 4, though. Okay, that solves the 3. Gives us some edge clues, finally. Solves the 1-4. Okay, this being here, no, because the 1 could be here. It doesn't let me place the 2 just yet. These have to be separate. So, I can get 1 more out of that, which lets me solve that column. Solve this row. There we go. Those solve this. Which blocks out these. Forces this. This could still be the... one. Oh, hold on. This is gonna force it. Which is gonna mean this has to be the 3. Here we go. One here. This forces the... Nope. Forces the 1 there. 2, 3, 3 is forced here. Forces the 8. There we go. What is this? Is this an adapter cable? A PDA dock. That should let us get into it, okay? Or attempt hacking. Wow, it's a... What is it? It's a dock for the PDA we found earlier. Good news. It provides a serial interface, which means I can use this to access the PDA. I just need a moment to break the password protection. Am I gonna do some hacking puzzles? Yeah, okay. These ones are different. But they're easy. There we go. 1, 3. 3, 1. 1, 2, 5. No, 5, 5, 4, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then 1 more. 1, 3, 5 across here. 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. There we go. Hacking easy. I'm in. I have full access to Dick's files. Great. Was he working on anything recently? There's a spreadsheet file. Last edited earlier today. Best new comedy. 26,500. Off the grid. Paid.
Best Actor, 33,750. Graham Nona, paid. Best Actress, 3760. Sarah O'Hara, paid. We're all Starshine Award winners. Dick must have been taking bribes for the awards committee. Honor, there's one more. Murder Miss Terry. Disqualification. $50,000. Paid. Someone paid $50,000 to disqualify us? Who? There's no name here, but didn't Ryan pay that exact amount to an anonymous bank account? I think it's time we had a talk with my ex-husband. Yeah. He is in the main hall. Hey, Ryan. PDA? Oh yeah, that $50,000 business arrangement of yours. That was for Dick, wasn't it? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me, Ryan. I've got the data right here. That's why you met up with him earlier, isn't it? You paid him off. You had Murder Miss Terry disqualified from the Starshine Awards. Get ready, Scout. Honor's got another one of her wild theories. You've got no evidence. Is my name anywhere on that spreadsheet? I don't think so. Maybe not, but it's pretty convenient that Dick was murdered before any of this went public, isn't it? Are you actually suggesting I murdered him? Do you realize how crazy that sounds? You know, you're never going to be happy if you can't learn to trust people. How about you leave the investigating to the cops and let me take you home? You're tired. No, I know what I'm doing, Ryan. Got the evidence right here on this PDA. I told you that you paid $50,000 to an anonymous account. You were seen arguing with Dick. Maybe your name isn't written down, but I know you, Ryan. This has your fingerprints all over it. You're inventing connections that aren't there. How am I supposed to talk to you when you're acting like this? I knew there was a reason he was here tonight. Is he always like this? Pretty much. Whenever things start looking good for me, he finds some way to tear it down. Why did you marry him? It was different. He was different. At the start, he was so kind, so attentive. He made me feel like I was the most important thing in the world. Then we got married. Suddenly, he changed. He was more critical, more volatile. I was always walking on eggshells around him. If he was happy, it's because I'd done something right. If he was mad, that was my fault too. I was the center of his universe, but my universe was shrinking by the day. He stopped seeing friends, family, he even wanted me to quit the show. If I ever tried to bring it up with him, he'd say I was imagining it. Wow, classic gaslighting abusive husband. Luckily, Casey worked out what was going on and made me snap out of it. Took a long time, but I got away eventually. I'm glad you distanced yourself from him. Apparently it wasn't far enough. What do you have to say, Kathleen, about the fixing? Did you know this was going on? Oh, I have to ask about Alex Costa, too. Dick was trying to block a guy called Alex Costa from talking to the press. Apparently Dick was a real piece of work off camera. That doesn't surprise me. And it answers the question of who leaked those rumors to Celeb Life. So it's true. I suppose there's no sense in trying to hide it anymore. It's dead now anyways. The truth is, Dick was always difficult to work with. He hated the idea of a woman coming onto his show, but the network insisted. I put up with a lot for the sake of my career. Do you know Alex Costa? We'd like to speak to him. Sorry, I haven't kept in contact with anyone from the show. It's a time I'd rather forget about. You might have better luck asking Bobby. A lot of the old crew stayed on when he took over. Wait a second, that reminds me. And I could be wrong, but... Any information you have could be useful, Miss Cartwright. Well, I think Bobby's mother was called Alexandra. Are you sure? Yes. I remember now, he introduced me to her at an event. Sorry, it's my agent. You know how it is. Will excuse me? Oh boy. Oh boy.
think it's time we reviewed the new evidence. Sorry about that. I think it's time we reviewed the new evidence.
Agreed. Ryan is now quite a convincing suspect.
That spreadsheet suggests he paid Dick to rig the Starshine Awards. Kathleen saw them arguing earlier, so maybe the deal didn't go smoothly. Maybe Dick tried to increase the price, or threatened to go public, and Ryan killed him to protect himself?
But he's not the only suspect. There's also the matter of Alex Costa.
Right. Dick was trying to keep Alex from going to the press about him.
He almost succeeded, but Celeb Life still printed the accusations as rumors.
That could have been enough to stoke a fire between those two. Maybe Alex poisoned Dick to get revenge.
The only problem with that angle is we don't know where Alex is.
Right now the question isn't where, but who. No one seems to have heard of Alex Costa. What if he's not even a real person?
First, it's people saying things they don't mean. Now it's people who aren't actually real? Humans are so confusing.
No, there's a real person behind it. I think Alex Costa's a fake name. Whoever it is didn't want to risk getting found out. They've been right here the whole time. I hate to harp on Bobby again, but it's not Ryan or Becky. I was gonna say Kathleen. Bobby is Alex Costa. Dick was sabotaging Bobby's TV show. This was his way of getting revenge.
A solid motive, but can you be sure? We've already had Bobby arrested once, and we were wrong.
Maybe we weren't. Maybe he knew Dick was poisoned and strangled him to finish the job? Not to mention, Kathleen said she thinks Bobby's mother is called Alexandra. Alexandra Price, Alex Costa. Of course, Price, Cost, it all fits.
In that case, the only remaining uncertainty is how he poisoned Dick. I suggest we try and find Bobby. He may reveal more under the pressure of this new evidence.
Becky said he spoke to her after he was released. We should see if she knows where he is. Hello. Ah. Can I help you? That was weird.
Alright.
What? Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Just a sensor glitch. We should look for Becky.
No, we saw her in Scout's memory. Becky, are you there? Damn it, she was here a minute ago. Alright. Clues? You leave any clues, Becky? Are you a clue leaver? Oh. There we go. Found a clue. Alright. 6, 7. Going. What else do we have for long ones? And that can't be there. 2 has to go there. Horse is that. Hi, Hen. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you have a good sleep-o. Let's see. I'm looking for an inn. I mean, that knocks off this, but that doesn't really tell us much. 2, 3. Okay, that would be shared by the 3. Which gives us something. Can't fit a 2 there. Which means there has to be one here. And this is... Okay, there we go. I found it. I found the inn. That's the 3. That's the 2. Let's block off. Gives us something here. Can't get any specific on the 3, 1, 2. So, this has to be 1s. We can extend the 5. Solves that column. Nothing can go there, which means this has to be a 1. The 2 goes here. That's a 3. That's working. It's doing something. This is locked off, which means the 2 has to go here. Solve that row. Which clears that as a possibility. We need 2 1s here, so that has to go there. There we go. And then 1 goes there. 3, and then... Ah, yeah! Is that like a makeup thing? Yeah. But she was. I mean, we knew she was here, but...
How strange. It's a mirror, mounted in a small plastic case with a disc of compressed powder.
It's called blush. You put it on your face.
Is it some kind of disguise?
No, it's just makeup.
Oh, I was hoping we might have to disguise ourselves like in the movies.
I could put some of this blush on to put on some of this blush to show you if you want. Although it looks pretty expensive.
Honor, wait!
What's the problem?
Sensors are reporting a critical warning, which means that there's a high risk of mortality.
Huh? Where?
From that object, the makeup. It's extremely dangerous.
Doesn't look dangerous, are you sure?
Yes. Although I'm unsure as to the specific reason, the warning was invoked from a previously inaccessible area of my memory. Is this the intuition Detective Cross talks about? Am I having a hunch? One moment. I'll try to run a backtrace and identify. Processing, recovering data. Stack backtrace suggests the warning handler was invoked by a routine called Identify Toxin. Honor, please use extreme caution. That blush contains a powerful neurotoxin.
What?
It seems this routine was somehow invoked automatically by my sensor array. The contents of the routine are obscure to me, but it references a database, which seems to contain a list of toxins. In other words, I think we just found the poison that killed Dick Stanford.
Do you really think this makeup is what killed Dick?
My toxin detection routine reports the probability at around 99.89%.
Seem to be quite a few things you don't know you can do, Scout. Hacking, and now an encyclopedic knowledge of poisons?
Yes, I think it must be a side effect of my memory corruption. What do you think this makeup could belong to?
Well, Becky was the last person we saw back here.
In which case, either she's working with Bobby, or she accidentally came into contact with the neurotoxin.
Either way, we'd better find her fast.
She doesn't seem to be in the building. We've checked every room.
Not every room. We haven't checked the women's restroom. What are you waiting for?
People frequently refer to me as a guy. Wouldn't that suggest I'm not allowed in the women's restroom?
It's fine. I give you permission. Let's go. Let's go. Women's restroom. I'm Becky. This has got to be the most expensive looking restroom I've ever seen. Even the toilets are gold plated. Yeah, and they're freaking cold. I'd like to get my hands on whoever came up with that idea. I thought you were done hiding in here. Are you okay? No, of course I'm not okay. What are you, blind? Is it still about the award? No! I mean, yes, but... Ugh! It's everything. The award, my parents... Maybe I should just lock myself in here for the rest of my life. Is winning a Starshine Award really that big of a deal? They obviously don't appreciate talent, so just forget about it. Oh, I should just forget about it. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? It's only been my dream since I was 11. It's just... What if tonight was my last chance? I tried so hard this year. This was how I was supposed to prove that I'd made it. You don't get a Starshine unless you're at the top of your game.
That's not strictly true.
What's that supposed to mean? Dick had some files on his PDA that you might want to take a look at. Let me show those. Take a look at the spreadsheet. Honor, I'm an actress, not an accountant. I don't do numbers. This is important. Dick was taking bribes. He rigged the Starshine Awards. He did what? Let me see that. This is unbelievable. I know. Can you believe someone paid to have our show disqualified from every category? Forget about that. Sarah O'Hara paid 30 grand for Best Actress. I knew she must have cheated. She can't even cry on cue. Okay, having our entire show disqualified was also bad, but you can't blame me for having priorities. Don't you see? You didn't miss out on an award because you weren't good enough. You missed out because everyone else was cheating. I spent my whole career chasing a Starshine Award, and they're worthless? What a ripoff. Once this gets out, the entire Starshine Committee will probably be fired. If a system is corrupt, sometimes the only solution is to start from scratch. You're right. I'll need to elect a new committee. I've got to start planning my campaign. Vote for Becky. Honesty, integrity, star quality. Well, no one could say you aren't honest. But your parents. We'll show the blush last. There's one thing I understand, it's parent problems. At least your mom is here. Mine's too busy fighting with dad at home. You know, I don't think they ever loved each other. Hell, I'm not even sure they even like each other. Why are they still together? Neither one of them wants to be the first to talk about separating. Apparently giving up isn't how we do things. I thought maybe if I won, they might focus on me instead of fighting over who gets to renovate the dining room this month. That plan obviously worked out great. What's the problem with Bobby? Except for the fact that he's a suspect in a murder case. Scout, we're trying to be supportive. Flying junk pile has a point. I know Bobby's not exactly a catch, but I can't stop thinking about him. Might be a murderer is pretty high up on the list of dating red flags. I know, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna do anything unless I know he's really innocent. What if he's not interested in me? I can't even win a stupid Starshine Award. Okay. Hey, have you come into contact with the neurotoxin recently? We found this backstage. Is it yours? Ugh, thought I'd gotten rid of that. So you admit trying to dispose of a deadly weapon. What are you babbling about? This makeup is poisoned. What? But Bobby gave that to me. Oh my god, is he trying to kill me? Bobby gave that to you, huh? Did you say Bobby gave you this blush? We think this is what killed Dick Stanford. I said I'd think about going on his TV show, and he came back with this. Said it was a gift. So why did you leave it backstage? I've got crap with my mom in the car. I'm so done with people thinking they can just buy me off like that. I guess it's a good thing I didn't try and use it. You think he was just trying to get rid of the evidence? How about we get out of here? Sounds like you've got a lot to do, and we have to tell Detective Cross about this poison makeup. Sounds good to me. It's getting kind of warm in here anyway. Ouch! The door handle is burning hot. Oh god. I'm detecting temperatures outside of nearly 1,000 degrees. Either my sensors are malfunctioning, or... the building is on fire! What the fuck? Can't we solve one normal murder? What? No way. I am not gonna die in a bathroom. Can you imagine the obituary? Hey, can anyone hear me? Get us out of here! How do I keep getting stuck in rooms with you? The heat of the fire must have jammed the door mechanism. We have to find a way to open it. Hello? Clue? Clue! Alright. 6 here. 6 here. A 1-5. What else do we have? 1-3-3-2-2. 1-3-3-2-2 assault. Always grow 1. We know this is a 1. These ones could all be whatever. This is a 3. Forces the 5. 5, 6. That's a 1. Forces that 5. The 6 there. Those are out. The 1 here. 3. There's at least 1 higher. We don't know which one is in there. This ends in a 2. So that solves that corner. 2 has to be there. This has to be part of the 3. So we have the first 3 numbers of that row. That has to be the 1 then. That could still be the 2 or the 1. This is solved. This 3 goes out to here then. That's the 4. So that can only extend another 2. That's the 2, which means you can't put another 2 there. That's a 2. That's a 3. One, 4. 1, 3, 3, 2 is solved. There we go. So 1, 6 solved. Everything up here is solved. This is a 4. Has to go there. There we go. Fire extinguisher? Hell yeah. Give me those points.
A pressurized fire suppression system. This will allow us to clear a path to safety.
The door's still jammed. We need some way to open it. Alright. Yeah, figured it would be in a stall. Alright. Let's see, we got a 6 here. There's a 1, 2, 8. That's as much as we can get out of that. 1, 1, 6. Just gets us that. Which we could have done just by ending in 6 anyway. 7 doesn't quite reach the middle unless we get anything else ruled out. 1, 1, 1, 5 gets us this as well, which makes that the 3 for sure. Which unfortunately doesn't really help. 1, 7, 2 here. The 7 has to be there. I think, yeah, 1 space, and then we start the 7, and then the 2 has to be down here. So that's a 2. This is a 2, which lets us place both the 6 and the 5. That's really good. These 4s. Uh, 7 can't go here. That lets us almost entirely place the 7. That's good. And that's a 5. 3 would be there. That has to be the 3. 2, 3, 4, 2. That places the 8. Swirls out even more. To place the 6. That can't be a 2, so the 5 is placed. That's a 2, which places the 4.
Place that. It's a 1, it's a 2. It's 5 goes out here. 1 has to go there. 5 extends up here. 2. Okay, and then we need to place 1. That's solved. 1 there. There we go. It's crowbar. Sure as hell looks like one. Yep. Up to A rank yet? Not quite. Perfect. This should help us get the door open. Honor, why is there a crowbar in the bathroom? I guess sometimes a plunger just isn't enough. I think we can get out of here, but it isn't going to be easy. Are you ready? I was ready 5 minutes ago. Give me that fire extinguisher and open the damn door. Here goes. Oh my god, it's an inferno out there. Stand back. I'm getting us out of here. Come on, you idiots, move it or lose it. I don't know if I should be more scared of her or the fire. You got 3 seconds or I'm leaving here. You leaving here to get cremated. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, Scout's little face. Come on, we're getting out of here one way or another. It's so hot. Honor, wait. That noise. It's the fire. It's the fire alarm, Scout. Come on, we gotta keep moving. I can't. It's... Uh-oh. Flashback. Scout! Clear the area. Repeat. All non-essential personnel, please clear the area. All this just to test one modification. I don't even recognize half this equipment. I'm sure they know what they're doing. And I'll be keeping an eye on Scout. Don't worry about it. What am I being tested on? Image recognition? Computer interfacing? We don't know exactly. Something new. I just hope... Primary systems online. Magnetizing coils. Power usage at 500 watts and rising. I feel strange. I'm seeing internal power fluctuations. I think we should back off a little and... Negative. We're well under hardware failure thresholds. Increasing to 1.3 kilowatts. Cascading system failures. We have to stop. You're gonna fry something. Do not interfere with the test. Help me. Uh-oh. Did we get him out? Oh, we're still here. Okay. Scout, wake up! I remembered something. You'll have to tell me later. If we don't get out of here soon, we're toast. What the hell are you two doing back there? We're coming. Come on, Scout. Let's go. Yeah, hell of a time to, have a flashback. Yeah, take that, and that. This fire's no match for me. This way. We're nearly out. Two hours later. So much for the evidence. Doesn't look that bad. The fire didn't reach the main hall. Maybe not, but the stench sure did. Smells like a garbage fire in here. Hardly surprising. Half the building went up in flames. Everything backstage is gone. Backstage? Does that include Dick's dressing room? Yeah. What do you think caused the fire? Not what. Who? A lot of evidence just got burned up. Someone started that fire to cover their tracks.
Captain's gonna have my ass for this. We lost everything.
Not everything. I have stuff in my pockets. Not everything. Scout and I searched that room a little while before the fire. We have a new theory.
Let's hear it. I just hope this isn't another wild goose chase.
Dick was poisoned by Bobby Price.
Gotta be kidding me.
We found the neurotoxin that was used to poison Dick. Becky says Bobby gave it to her as a gift. We just need to interrogate him and...
Is that it?
What do you mean, is that it? He was trying to get rid of the evidence. We've got him.
Got nothing. Case has more holes than a golf course. Can't arrest a man based on one witness statement. You need hard evidence. Where'd he get the poison from? How was it administered? Where's the proof he handled the poison at all?
I guess there are a few unanswered questions. But we did find the owner of the pink car.
If you can't be thorough, how am I ever supposed to trust you?
It's nothing we can't handle. Just give us a little longer. I think that the poison, like the powder, was on the flowers, so when he smelled the flowers, he inhaled the poison. That's my theory right now.
Bobby's still outside, getting checked for burns. As soon as they're done with him, you can have your interrogation. You better have your evidence together by then. All of it.
Oh, we better do this right, or he's never gonna let us near a crime scene again. I just don't know if there's any evidence left after that fire. Backstage may be ruined, but we can still search the rest of the building. We should check in with Becky, too. I want to know more about Bobby and that makeup. Hey, Becky. Honor, that was quite something, huh? It was a close one, that's for sure. I wanted to say thanks. What? If it wasn't for you and Scout, we would still be stuck in that bathroom. I know I'm not always easy to work with, but you helped me anyway. The pep talk and the escape. You're welcome, Becky. I'm happy to have been of some assistance. Yeah, don't mention it. Besides, if it wasn't for your firefighting heroics, we would have burned to a crisp. When I'm head of the Starshen Committee, I'll remember what you did today. I really appreciate that, Becky, but I don't need an award. Who said anything about an award? I just said I'd remember. Jeez, talk about self-centered. We should be thanking you. If anything, we should be thanking you for getting us out of the building. Where did you learn to use a fire extinguisher like that? I played a firefighter in the school play one year. Got really into the role. I wore the costume for like 2 months. Of course, back then the fire was just made of tissue paper. Holy crap, I could have died today! Why did you let me do that? I can't believe the awards are fake. I was so happy when we won Best New Show in '93. Who knows when the committee started accepting bribes. I think we won fair and square that year. And as soon as I get elected, I'm clearing house. All new rules and regulations, sweeping reforms. Hollywood won't know what hit it. Glad you found your calling. It's like I told you, you don't need an award to be happy. Of course I don't need an award. I'm gonna be in charge of giving them out. That's way better. Just think of all the press conferences, the publicity. About Bobby. I need to talk to you about Bobby again. I already told you everything. He wanted me to go on his show and he gave me that makeup. Think I'm lying or something? Not at all. We're just trying to uncover more details. Can you remember anything else? Something he said? Any other gifts? There was this other thing that came with the makeup. I didn't think it was important, but you can take a look if you want. Let's look. Let's looking. Got a 9, and then 1, 2, and place, 6, oh. There, that's not good. 5, 1, 1, 2, we can't place the 1, 2. This is 5. Those aren't. And these aren't. 4. This has to be the 2. 4. For 2. 1, 1, 3. This is solved. Okay. 4, 6. That 2. That's a 2. That's a 2. Cool, we got that. Which bumps up to 4. And 6. This is together. That's together. Forces that up. Forces that up. 3. This 2, 2, 2 is forced. Yeah. Oh, that whole row is forced. 1, 4, 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 1. That's gotta be a 1. 2, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2. We can't nail down just yet. This is a 5. That's a 4. This 2 is done. That solves the 2, 2. 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. That was also forced. This has to be a 1. Just barely can't be the 2. 2, 2, 4, 2, 2 here. Throws out a bunch of stuff. Okay, we get the staircase pattern. Cool. Which means that's the 3 and that's the 2. So we'll solve the bottom row. Solve this row. Okay, 1 could still be in one of 2 places. 2, 1, 1. That's not solved yet. 3, 3. 2 has to occupy that square. 5, 1. That 1 is not placed yet. 4, 5, 4. Okay, we can send this 5 out. It's solved. 3. So 3. Okay, solve that. That's the last one. There we go. It's a fan. There's our A rank. This fan has text printed on it. Thank you for shopping at Le Manchot Jolie. That must be where the makeup was purchased. And they can tell us if they sold it to Bobby. Well, let me give them a call. Damn it, the battery's dead. Don't suppose you got a power socket? Actually, I do. But it's only designed for very low power devices. Charging a cell phone will take some time. That's better than nothing. Here. Casey, I haven't seen you all night. I figured you left. Just because you don't see me doesn't mean I'm not here. I've been stuck with your mother all evening. Honestly, how am I supposed to find Mr. Right if I've got that hanging around me? Can I borrow your cell? There's this boutique, Le Manchot Jolie. I need something from their sales records. Oh, I know that place. Went on a terrible couple of dates with their perfumes guy. A great guy, but he insisted on cooking every time we met up. I broke up with him because he cooked for you. All those perfumes had screwed up his sense of smell. Honestly, it was like if Pizza Hut tried to make bolognese. But I let him down gently, of course. I'm sure he'd do me a favor if I asked nicely. I need to know who bought this makeup. Rouge number 16 by Corinthia Cosmetics.
Ooh, Corinthia, very swish. I'll see what I can do. Hi, Le Monsieur Jolie. Is that Marshall? It's me, KC. How are you? Supervisor, look at you. Me? Oh, you know, this and that. Oh, you saw the show. Thank you. Definitely some of my best. Listen, could you do me a big favor? I'm trying to track down one of your customers. I know you don't normally give out that kind of information, babe, but can't you make an exception for me? Another date? I don't know if that's such a good idea. Do you still cook? No, you don't have time anymore! That's great! I mean, that's understandable given your new responsibilities. How about we meet up this Friday? Now, about that info, did you sell any Corinthia Rouge number 16 recently? Oh, really? A special order? Very interesting. Do you have any contact details? Yes, a phone number would be great. Okay, got it. Thank you so much, Marshall. See you Friday. So, did you get a name? Yep. Only one person bought that makeup recently. Alex Costa. That name again. Who's Alex Costa? We think it might be Bobby Price using a fake name. Can you call the number they gave you? Alright, but I'm sending you my phone bill this month. Hi, could I speak to Alex Costa? Weird. What happened? Was it Bobby? I don't know, they hung up on me. Okay, we don't have anything for Becky. We may as well check the restroom. Doubt Bobby would have come in here. That makes it the perfect place to hide evidence. Let's find another puzzle. There we go, it's in another stall. Oh boy, 15 by 15. Alright. 8. 4. That gives us something. 4, and then, okay. That gives us some info on the 7. And that 8 there. Yeah, okay, we've already got the 8 filled out as much as we can. 112 112. 111 space 2 space 1 space 1 space 2. Okay, that's solved. I figured it had a lot of numbers. It had to be. If any of them were going to be solved, it would be that one. There we go. Alright, 1641 is also 1, 6, okay. And then, okay, that's also solved. That gives us some information on this 6, 3, 3, 1, okay, 2, 2, 2, which means that has to be the 5, so the 2 has to be here. Cool. Got a lot of info on this 7 now. That has to be a 1. That's a 1. 3. 8. Yep, that's forced now. 2, 2. Can't place that just yet. Actually, yes, we can. Oh. Okay. There we go. So this is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. Okay, that's a 4 as well. There we go. It's 2, 2. This is a 4. That's solved. This is 1, 2. That could be the 3 or the 1. Can't count it out just yet. Actually, this ends in 2, 1, so it has to be that. Which means this is the 3. Which means this is a 3. That's a 2. That's out. That 3 is done. This column is out. Goes over one more. So that has to be a 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. This is a 2. That's 4. Which means this has to be the 3. And then we can place all the 1s. So 1, 3, 1, 1, 2. That's the 4. We can't place that yet. This has to be the 3. All these are filled. Which means the 4 is placed. That's a 2. And then there's a 1 up here somewhere. 3, 1, 1. That one. So 3, and then 1, 1. Cool. Top row's done. This column's done. 1 has to go there, which means this is the 3. Solve that row. This ends in 1, 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 1. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Place that there. There we go. Flowers. Right? Dying flowers. These are the flowers Dick got with his award. They're all wilted. Honor, don't get too close. I'm detecting neurotoxin powder inside the bouquet. I knew it. All the flowers, but the... Dick got these on stage. I saw him smell them. That's how he was poisoned. He must have been poisoned in advance. But how did Bobby gain access to the flowers before the ceremony? Maybe he didn't. Okay. I still think it's Kathleen. As much as I, like, respect it. It's one of those cool motive still murders. Oh, there we go. Okay, 32411. Yep, that's solved. There we go. 4, 2, 2. There we go. 5, 3, 3. Give me much. 8 and 1. Blocks out those. Again, doesn't tell me much. 7, 1, 2. That's just a normal 7 clue. Has to be a 1. That has to be a 2. 4 1s and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Terribly revealing. 2, 1, 2, 4, 2. Is this also? 2, 4. Yeah, that's also solved. Okay, so that has to be the 4. So at least one of the 2s. Forces the 4 up here. Gives me... Don't know if that's the other 2 or if that's the 1. But I can extend the 7. This makes that a 2, 1. This is 5. This has to be a 3, 1. That's another 2. It's a 4, 1. So that's solved now. There we go. Solve that. Has to be another 2. That could be the 4 or the 1. We don't know yet. That has to be the 1 then.
Okay. 4 comes out. That's 3. 4 out there. Get some there. Let's see. Then 2, 1, 1. Okay. Got that wrapped up. This is a 2, 2. It's a 3. It's all 1s. 3 1s here. This is the 4. It's all that. Which means... yep, that's as much as we can get on the 8 right now. It's a 2. Huh. Two, 1, 1 will fill, which solves the 8. That's a 1. We don't know which one. This is the 2. We can't place it just yet. This could be the 1 at the end of that row. What am I missing? This has to be a 1. That's something. Oh, we have the 2 here. And clear at the whole start of this row. And then obviously the 3 here. Which means that's a 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. That places the 1, 3, 2 there. 1, 1. That's 2. 1 here. Either one of these could be a 1. 2 goes there. This is just 3 now, so 1 has to go there. Which places that. That's the 2. Which places that. Which places that. 1 goes here. There we go. What's this? Gloves. There we go. S rank. Made me dig through a garbage can for an old pair of gloves? Not just any pair of gloves. I detected trace levels of the neurotoxin on them. You're right. There's red powder on the fingertips. Bobby must have worn them while handling the poison makeup, then disposed of them in here. Only one problem with that theory, Scout. These are women's gloves. They look kind of familiar. I knew it was Kathleen. I can't detect anything else unusual in here. Guess this is all the evidence we're gonna get. I just hope it's enough to build a case around. Detective Cross will be here any minute with Bobby. Better have our final theory ready. Do you really think we have enough evidence? If we can't convince Cross... I know, this is our last chance. I think I finally understand what happened here tonight. Kathleen killed Dick. There we go. It's all starting to make sense now. She admitted herself that she and Dick had a long-standing feud. He was a jerk to everyone on his show, especially her. Putting up with Dick was hard enough for just one night. Imagine getting that kind of abuse over a decade. She could never go public. It'd be the end of her career. So she made up a fake name and started leaking rumors to the press. Until Dick called in his lawyers and stopped the press from accepting any more stories about him. She was silenced. Silenced, but angrier than ever. That's when she decided to take matters into her own hands. Dick Stanford had to die. But if Kathleen killed Dick, how is it that Bobby gave the poisoned makeup to Becky? That's exactly what I hope to find out from Bobby. Well, well, look what the cop dragged in. Am I to understand Bobby isn't so innocent after all? That's what we're about to find out. Sorry, Bobby. We've got a few more questions for you. The hell, man? I didn't kill Dick. You said so yourself. I came here for the awards, not to get interrogated by a private detective and some robot. This isn't back talk, Bobby. No one's interested in your sob story. I hope you got everything you needed, Honor. This is your last chance. Let's start with identifying the murder weapon. It was Dick's flowers. Dick was poisoned with a neurotoxin sprinkled onto these flowers. Aren't those the flowers I gave him on stage? He sealed his fate as soon as he smelled them. That's why he started acting strangely on stage. The poison was already taking effect. Pretty grim stuff. I can't believe this. I held those flowers, too. If I'd smelled them myself. But I didn't go anywhere near those flowers. I don't even know what a neurotoxin is. The poison was hidden in makeup. Rouge number 16 from Corinthia Cosmetics. Only a small amount of the poisoned makeup is needed to kill if inhaled. Since when do you know so much about poison? I'm still learning what I'm capable of, Detective. Wait a second. I recognize that makeup. I was hoping you would. After all, you gave it to Becky. I handed off deadly poison to some innocent girl. Can't believe what I'm hearing. I'll trust you, Bobby. Hold up. You gave that makeup to me. Well, he's obviously lying. I don't know. Let's hear him out. Why did Kathleen give you the makeup, Bobby? I've been trying all evening to get Becky to agree to come on my show. She'd be great for ratings. I asked Kathleen if she had any advice. You know, girl stuff. She said I should try getting her a gift. This is the most ridiculous story I've ever... Let him finish. I asked her what kind of gift, and she thought about it for a second, and she smiled and gave me that makeup. So you're saying you were given the poison makeup by Kathleen? It's all lies. I haven't spoken a word to him all evening. I've certainly never touched any poisoned makeup. That's where my next piece of evidence comes in. Detective, this is outrageous. Bobby is the suspect here, but I feel like she's interrogating me. Well, Mizrahi, what else have you got that ties Kathleen to the poisoning? Gloves. Found this pair of gloves in the bathroom. Do they look familiar? They look just like the gloves Kathleen's been wearing all evening. They're identical, except for one important detail. These gloves have traces of neurotoxin on them. This is absurd. Quiet. What are you thinking, Honor? I think Kathleen used the makeup to sneak a deadly poison to the Starshine Awards. I don't know anything about poison. Really? I think you knew exactly what you were dealing with. That's why you brought a spare pair of gloves. After you dosed Dick's flowers, you threw out the gloves you were wearing to avoid poisoning yourself. I think it's obvious what's going on here. Bobby wants to frame me for Dick's murder. He used a pair of my gloves to make it look like I did it. Why would I kill Dick? We worked together for years. Exactly. You admitted to us that you suffered for years from Dick's insults and mood swings. Perhaps, but I never stooped to his level. I have a professional reputation to uphold. And that's why, when you went to the press, you used a fake name. Alex Costa. Alex Costa? I told you before, I've never heard that name in my life. Me neither. Care to enlighten us? Alex Costa told Celeb Life magazine about what a monster Dick really was. They printed the accusations, but then Dick's lawyers stepped in. And this Alex guy was someone who worked with Dick? To have that amount of dirt on him, they must have known him for years. And Bobby fits the bill perfectly. He wanted to ruin Dick's reputation to save his own show. His mother was even called Alexandra. Alexandra Rice. Alex Costa. Isn't it obvious? A little too obvious. Almost as if someone knew they could pin the whole thing on Bobby if they got caught.
You used my mom's name? Control yourself, Bobby. We could do without another strangling today. Calm down, both of you. I see your point, Mizrahi. Is there any direct connection to the poisoning? The makeup came from Le Manchot Jolie. It was a special order for Alex Costa. I can't believe you're listening to this amateur when you have the real killer right there. There's one last piece of evidence. Alex Costa's phone number. I don't have to stand here and be insulted. Just wait until you... One moment, please. I have to... I... Don't worry. I hear you still get a phone call in prison. That's not true. You don't get that. Kathleen Cartwright, you're under arrest for the murder of Dick Stanford. You don't know what it's like to spend your entire career being put down and brushed aside. He deserved to die. I put up with that monster for 20 years, 2 decades of insults and contempt, and all the while having to hear how great he was. To tell the world, I tried talking to the press and no one would listen. That ranting, disgusting old creep you saw on stage, that was the real Dick. That's enough. Let's go. Now everyone knows what he was really like. I'm glad he's dead. I only wish I could have made it more painful. Yeah, cool motive. Still murder. I don't believe what you're telling me, Anna. Everybody loved Dick Stanford. Everyone except the people he worked with. No one wanted to listen to them. It's like I've always said, TV's the devil's work. I don't agree with any of this detective nonsense, but at least you're not in TV anymore. Have you seen Becky? I'm ready to go. Just no more arguing in the car, okay? Good luck getting Mom to agree to that. I'll stop arguing when you stop being so damn stubborn. Great news, everyone. I'm gonna be a special guest star on Back Talk with Bobby Price. You guys have a great story. I'm just glad I can help tell it to the nation. And thanks for helping prove I didn't kill anyone. You and Scout are quite the pair of detectives. Speaking of which, can we give Bobby a ride to the police station? Detective Cross still wants to talk to him. Apparently strangling a dead guy might be illegal after all. Go figure. You know what? I'm not sure I want a self-admitted strangler sitting behind me in the car. Take my keys. I'll walk. At least we caught the criminal this time and they didn't die. Scout and I headed back to my apartment, feeling good. We'd done it. We cracked the case. We proved them all wrong. The feeling was intoxicating. A heady sense of accomplishment I'd never felt before. We worked it out. We found the clues, discovered the link between them. Now justice would be done. It felt great. At that moment I knew. I wanted to feel this again. I wanted to feel this all the time. The only problem was, I still had to convince everyone else. Detective Cross, my mother, only Scout seemed to really understand. A few short weeks, I'd become one of my closest friends. Someone I could trust. Someone that had my back. But trust has a nasty way of getting broken when you least expect it. Oh! I like this apartment. I love the crazy board. I love the stacks of books everywhere. It's good. It definitely does look like a sitcom apartment though, because it's all designed to be looked at through the cutaway. Home at last. That was one hell of a night out, right, Scout? Scout? I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just here to warn you. Scout is not what he seems. He's dangerous. What? He needs to be shut down. Now, before it's too late. I don't know who the hell you think you are, breaking into my apartment, but you'd better get out before I call the cops. Fine, I'll go. I've left you my number. Think it over. I'll be waiting for your call.
Honor, this is amazing. I was looking behind your bookcase and I found a Humphrey Bogart movie we haven't seen yet. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Yeah, everything's fine. Let's go watch that movie, okay? Uh-oh. Case closed. Got a bit of a cliffhanger. Got a bit of a cliffhanger that we'll have to see next time. Thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate everyone stopping by to watch this. I'll have my schedule out on Sunday, but I'm expecting to probably play through the next 2 cases next Monday and Friday. And then we'll do some Mahjong on Wednesday. And then there's the bonus puzzles that we have, and then we'll move on to something else after we finish this up. But that'll probably be week after next, depending on how long the 3rd and 4th cases go. So thanks, everyone. Let's see who is around to do a little raidy on. Let's see. Puck is doing a watch party. Some analog horror stuff. Let's head over to Puffs. Sorry. Yeah, let's head over to Puffs. I will see you all over there. Otherwise, I will see you Sunday on my Twitter and Monday, most likely, when we start next time. Bye, everyone. Have a nice weekend.